scoring tonight for your Bulldog defense. At right field, number 19, Carson Chavies. At center field, number 12, Matthew Autry. At left field, number 23, Jake Kale. At first base, number 15, Grant Ross. At second base, number 8, Alec Hardy. Shortstop, number 9, Dylan Barrett. At third base, number 21, Mitch Sisk. Catching, number 6, Kenyon Pace. And pitching, number 50, Eli Snelson.
Good evening. We're back with you for Game 2 of this 4-game series. It's the second game of the doubleheader. It's Game 3 of the weekend. And the Bulldogs were in the win column earlier today. They won the first game 9-8 after being down by 7 in the bottom of the second inning. They rallied back. They scored 1 in the bottom of the second, 2 in the bottom of the fourth, 1 in the bottom of the fifth, 3 in the bottom of the sixth. It was the 2 in the eighth that put them over the limit to get the win. It was close at the very end. Jamal Allen came in, got the closing remarks. The win goes to Brody Mann, and the loss goes to Grant Swald for the Ichabod. We're back with you with a whole nother game. A couple guys went and got their dinner, went and switched out the uniforms. The Bulldogs come back out here wearing the beautiful brand whites. The sun is down, the lights are on, and there's a wind heading out to the north. It's a beautiful night for some baseball. Everything seems to be drying up. The water is gone, and we're ready for another game here in Jackson. Let's go into the starting lineups here for the visiting Washburn Ichabod. Batting first, playing right field, we got Trevor McCollum. Batting second and playing third base, we have Peyton McHarg. Batting third and playing left field, we have Easton Bruce. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, Cale Savage. Batting fifth and playing shortstop, Cash J. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Grant Jones. Batting seventh, the center fielder, Connor Scott. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Tegan Tamia. Batting ninth, the catcher, Hayden Priest, who came on to finish the first game. Pitching for the Ichabod is the left-handed sophomore with a 1.80 ERA, Griffin Hewitt. And now for the Bulldogs, we have Eli Snelson on the mound tonight. So far this season, Snelson has been able to appear in a couple of games for the Bulldogs, both in start and relief. He's pitched in 3 games. He's played in 3 games, pitched in 1 game. He threw 5 innings on February 3rd, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, recorded 5 strikeouts. Has an ERA this season of 3.6. Last season he appeared in 11 games, started 5 of those, and then transferred into the bullpen. Has 2 wins, 2 losses last season, 47 total innings pitched, gave up 41 hits last year, 34 base on balls, and 27 strikeouts. Here's the defensive starters for the Bulldogs. We got Jake Kale out in left field. We saw him come in and get that clutch hit in the bottom of the 8th inning in the first game. Matthew Autry's out in center field again. Out in right field, got Carson Chavies, Mitch Sisk holding down the fort over there at third base. Dylan Barrett's back in the game at shortstop. Alec Hardy at second. Grant Ross at first. Eli Snelson, of course, on the mound. As we mentioned, Kenyon Pace behind the backstop. And that is going to be launched out into center field to start things off. McCollum once again. Oh, he's going to push for second. Here's a throw to the second. It's not going to be in time. McCollum's going to be in for a double to get things started here against Eli Snelson in the top of the first. To finish out the defense is Will Allen Smith as the designated hitter. We saw him come in as a pinch runner in the first game. So a few things changed around. Most of it is lineup related for the Bulldogs, having Kale in there, Barrett back in there. They've moved Autry down into the 9 hole. He was the leadoff hitter in the last few games for the Bulldogs. We have a couple substitutions and a couple guys moving around, and we'll talk about that when we go to the bottom of the first inning. So Snelson settles in. McCollum leads off, gets the double, and now we look to McHarg. Had an unbelievable night last night with 3 home runs in that 9-8 Bulldog victory. Comes back today, first plate appearance of the first game. He launches one over the right field wall, and then the Bulldogs shut him down for the rest of the game. That was a big moment from Bulldog pitching to be able to keep them to just the 7 runs that they scored in the first 2. They gave up 1 in the 9th, but it was a non-factor in the rest of the game. But McHarg was really shut down in the 6th and 7th and 8th innings as he grounded out each of those appearances. Snelson from the stretch. He's going to throw that one outside. Snelson Transferred to Union last year. We got to see him in quite a few games. And that's going to be, looks like a hit by pitch something. There's a clarification. We missed with the scoring. Let's see how the official scorekeepers rule it. We're waiting on the ruling up here in the booth. But one way or the other, McHarg is on first. So we got McHarg on first, McCollum on second. That's going to bring up Easton Bruce. Had a good game in the first of this doubleheader. It's going to be hit way out towards the left field. And it looked like they decided to intentionally walk McHarg. I mean, it had a 3-0 count. Makes a lot of sense. And it's a question that a lot of people asked yesterday during that 9th inning when he hit that home run to send us to extra innings is, would we intentionally walk him? They chose not to last night. They ain't messing around today. They said you can take it. McHarg was able to do it. They're going to say that ball is a foul ball right over the first base bag. Grant Ross over there with a good scoop in foul territory, and it bounced right over the bag into foul. So we got McHarg on first, McCollum on second. Easton Bruce still the batter. Eli Snelson came into Union last year, made 11 appearances through 47 innings, 5.36 ERA, struck out 27, got 2 wins, and the average against him was .236. He played in 22 games, played some time at second base, played some time in the outfield as well. We saw him play center field on Tuesday. And he transferred last year from Miles College, played 1 season of baseball there, also went to Snead State Community College. To Hartselle High School, played 4 years of baseball there, including a winning state title. Great to see Eli back on the mound, especially in the starter role, something that he had to learn to get into last year after spending the majority of his time coming out of the bullpen later in the season. Got the scoreboard up and operating again. Eli Snelson's going to take a moment here. Calm everything down, line back up, and here's a delivery. Swung on and missed, and down on strikes goes Bruce. He goes down swing and heads back to the dugout, and the Bulldogs have recorded their first out of the game here in the second game of this doubleheader. Next up to bat will be the first baseman, Cale Savage, in his same 4-hole that he was hitting in the first game of this doubleheader. Walked during the first inning of the first game, then was hit in on the home run by Jay. Struck out in a good pickoff attempt there. A quick turn and look by Eli Snelson. Had that been just a little bit low of a play, Alec Hardy would have had a good chance to get the tag in on him. He just slid right underneath it. One isn't able to get it. Snelson's going to have to go home with it. Here's the delivery. Check swing, not going to get the call that they were looking for. Canyon Pace did a good job of framing it. We saw Ben Smith behind the dish in the first game of this doubleheader. A solid game behind the plate, and Canyon Pace really has been cooking when it comes to his bat. Had a great weekend so far. Hit 2 home runs last night. Got a few more hits this afternoon, including a single and a double. They pulled him late in the game to put Cottrell in to finish that one. Pace got a little bit of rest, and he's back out there as we now wait. As everybody's looking off to the side. Looks like we're going to be taking a little pause or timeout, it seems. All the attention is towards the third base dugout. One of the players took off running over there, the coach. We're just waiting to see what happened. Gives everybody a pause and a break there. Let's go McCollum on second. McHarg on first. Here's the delivery to Savage. That's going to be hit out towards left field. Going back is Cale. It's going to be over his head. He's going to take it. It's going to be on the warning track. 1 run's going to come around to score. That's McCollum. They're waving home McHarg. Pulling up to second base is going to be Savage, and it's going to be a 2-run double to get this game started. And we're seeing some memories back to the first game of the doubleheader earlier today. The dugout for Washburn is electric. They're jumping up and down, welcoming McCollum and McHarg back to the dugout. So the Bulldogs, with 1 out, now have 2 runs against them, and they face a deficit once again this weekend. So Savage gets the double. See how long Coach Casey leaves in Eli Snelson, what his leash on him is today. Earlier in the day, we saw him have quite a long leash on his pitcher from the first game. Of course, that was Noah Toney. Came into the game, struggled early, but reined everything back together to finish it out. Tony in that first game only went 1 inning and a third, gave up the 7 runs on 6 hits. The bullpen for the Bulldogs really locked and loaded. And that was something we talked about in between the games, is the excitement and the willingness to stay in the game. And even last year's squad would have struggled to do that. And 2 years ago, we couldn't even have imagined that. But the Bulldogs coming down from a deficit of 7, staying in the game. Same thing with last night on the big home run by McCard. Kind of sucked all of the energy out of the Bulldogs. But they went back to the dugout. They got fired back up, and they decided, hey, we're still in this. We're not out of this. And that's kind of the culture that Coach Casey's really brought to this Bulldog baseball program. It's been so exciting to watch as of late. Of course, now they are on their 3-game win streak. They moved to 500 so far on the season after getting swept by Young Harris. It looks like the program is really starting to evolve, especially with a lot of these new guys that Coach Casey's been able to bring in his first recruitment class. 13 new faces to the Bulldogs. 9 of them are freshmen. 4 of them transferring in from a different program where they played baseball at a community college or some other smaller place before coming into Union. Grabbed a couple players from the Jackson Rockabillys over the summer, and they've begun to form a culture here around Coach McGee. As Nelson looks back, he's going to step off the mound, take a moment, take a breather. They're going to get ready in just a brief moment. And that's going to be a check swing there, called strike. They're going to give it to him. So Snelson gets the call. So he's going to load up here. Hardy dropping back into a second base position. That's going to be chopped towards the third base dugout, and that's going to be foul. Quite a few fans stuck around. We got a few more trickled in. Now it's turned into a nice evening. Grab a jacket, grab a nice meal here, and a big swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Jay. So he gets Bruce swinging, he gets Jay swinging. He's trying to keep that there. Just those 2 runs given up. A big double by Savage is really the hammer that Washburn needed. The Bulldogs not to be down and out. Of course, a reminder that this game will be a 7-inning game instead of a 9-inning game. That's what we've been informed, and that's going to be hit towards the shortstop. Barrett's the one that's got it on the run, makes the throw over to first. Ross has grabbed it, and it's a great 6-3 putout, and the Bulldogs escape some more damage. They're down by 2, but they'll be back in the bottom of the first inning. We'll be right back with you here for some more Bulldog baseball.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
You trade in your car. You trade in your house. So why not get some equity back from your old HVAC system? McCoy's Heating and Air will now give you up to $2,000 trade-in for your old unit. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty with the purchase of a qualifying York system. That's right. Trade in your old unit and get up to $2,000. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a limited time, only from McCoy's Heating and Air.
Batting now, number 7, Will Allen Smith.
Here we are in the bottom of the first inning. The new pitcher for Washburn is going to be Griffin Hewitt. sophomore lefty at the Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Went to Mountain Vista High School and MIAA academic honor roll. The past 2 seasons, he pitched in 15 games last year with 4 starts, finishing with a 2-1 record, a save after 30 1/3 innings of work, had an 8.6 ERA with 19 strikeouts recorded. He earned his first collegiate victory after throwing 3 scoreless, as that ball is hit by Will Allen Smith through the wickets of Tamia, the new second baseman for Washburn. So Will Allen Smith is on. They'll probably credit that as an error, but it doesn't matter. He's on base, and he's new to this game as the designated hitter. A little bit more about Griffin Hewitt as he sat out 2 seasons ago as a redshirt. Received the varsity letter back in high school. Was called up to the varsity squad midway as a freshman, and now he's playing collegiate ball. So far in this season, he has pitched against Palm Beach Atlantic. He went 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, a double, and hosts an ERA of 1.8 so far this season. Here's the starting lineups for your Union University Bulldogs. Batting first and designated hitter Will Allen Smith. Batting second, the right fielder Carson Chavies. Batting third, the third baseman Mitch Sisk. Batting cleanup and playing second base, we have Alec Hardy. Batting fifth and playing first base is Grant Ross. Batting sixth, the catcher Kenyon Pace. Batting seventh, the left fielder. He came in to pinch hit, got the clutch hit in the bottom of the 8th inning, is Jake Cale. Batting 8th, the shortstop, he's back in the game, it's Dylan Barrett. And batting 9th, who's typically been our leadoff hitter, is the center fielder Matthew Autry, adding a little bit of speed and ability at the plate to the bottom of the lineup for the Bulldogs. Defensively, here's the starting roster for Washburn. We got Bruce out in left field, Scott in center field, McCollum in right. At third, McHarg is moved from right field to third base. The shortstop is Jay. Second baseman's Tamia. The first baseman is Savage. We got Priest behind the plate again. DHing is Jones, and on the mound is Hewitt. Carson Chavies takes the walk, makes his way over to first base. And Will Allen Smith will head to second as Mitch Sisk gets an opportunity with 2 on here in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the first pitch to him. He shows bunt. It gets away from the catcher, Priest. Will Allen's going to make his way to third base. Carson Chavies stays, and the Bulldogs have their first runner in scoring position, now only 90 feet away, to cut this lead here in half, here at the bottom of the first inning. So we got a first and third situation. Priest comes out. He's got to tell the infielders what they're going to do in the situation of Carson Chavies going to show, and they are going to throw down to it. It's a high throw. They're going to say he slid underneath it. He's safe, and Carson Chavies steals that bag right there. Smith decides not to go home on the stolen base. Looks likely for the best, and now we've got 2 striking. The go-ahead run now at the plate. Standing there is number 21, the senior, Mitch Sisk. So he loads up here. 2-0 count. Now it's a 3-0 count here to Mitch Sisk. All he's got to do is just sit and watch the show. So 3-0 the count here to Sisk. He's probably not got the green light on this. And he will take a 4-pitch walk, and the bases are loaded that fast right off the bat here for the Bulldogs. Shortstop Jay's going to come out, have a conversation with Hewitt, and it appears that the pitching coach will too. Nobody warming up in the bullpen yet. The Bulldogs have the ducks on a pond. We'll be right back with you here after this brief visit to the mound.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
here comes the cleanup hitter, and his goal is to clean up the bases. He's got them loaded for him. It's Alec Hardy. The DH in this game had a great weekend so far. Earlier he hit the double, a single, walked twice in the first game of the doubleheader. Had a couple hits yesterday, had a big hit on Tuesday, and he takes a big swing and a miss right through that one. He's got a no 2 count to him early. Hewitt looks like he's calmed down, got his control a little bit fired up after the meeting with his shortstop Jay, his catcher Priest, and his pitching coach. And here's a delivery. Alec Hardy hits that back, and it rings the bell of the pole right there in the backstop netting. Hewitt now pitching from the stretch, looks over, checks his runner, and he's going to go home with it. It's inside on the knees of Alec Hardy. Hardy just gets the opportunity to sit and wait here. Now he's got a 1-2 count. He's just got to watch it out, protect anything that's close, but the outfield playing as if there's no wind involved today. There is about a 12-mile-an-hour wind towards the north, and charging off of first base there very quickly and intimidating was Mitch Sisk, trying to bait the pitcher into a distraction. That's one of the advantages when you're facing a left-handed pitcher, is the ability to get in his head, especially over there at first base. That's exactly what Mitch did. He threw it way upstairs. That one's going to be in the dirt and away from him, so the count will now go full. So now you got bases loaded, a threat early. Snelson threw 22 pitches during the top of the first inning. The Bulldogs still have no outs in this one, and here's a delivery. Swung on and missed. Alec Hardy goes down on strikes on a really good pitch there by Hewitt, and Hardy just swung right through that one, leaving him stranded.
Number 15, Grant Ross.
Ross now up to bat. Good first game, unable to get on base quickly, but he was able to break through that towards the very end of the game. He walked in the 8th, came around to score. He was for a while the only Bulldog to not reach, but he changed that around and was able to sneak in there, get the run, finish out the game well for the Bulldogs. One of those factors in those 2 runs that were scored to take the lead late in the game. Hewitt from the stretch. Here's a delivery to Ross. He's going to wait on that one. A good ball, but upstairs on the shoulders. Fastball right past him. 2 balls, no strikes, the count to Grant. He's going to hit that one way towards left field, going way back towards the bullpen, and it's going to be a foul ball. Actually bounces over the railing fencing out there, the metal fencing that holds in, protects everything from the parking lot, and Grant Ross just drove one right through that as he takes that next one low here for a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Everybody better check their vehicles after that one. Thankfully, it was rolling when he got there. We just got the news in here that the softball team has won the second game of their doubleheader, 5-3. The girls were down early, 3-0, put one up in the top of the 3rd, and came back in the top of the 7th inning and put 4 runs on the board to win it 5-3. Laney Baker got the win. Sarah Kate Thompson was one of the leaders. She scored 2 runs. Morgan Jennings scored a run, and Macy Neal scored a run. That ball's in play, throws it over to first, and they're going to get the out at first base, but not before a run scores. Will Allen Smith comes home, and Grant Ross is able to get a sacrifice play there in order to score him an RBI.
Batting down number 6, Canyon Pace.
Canyon Pace up to bat. He's got a guy on second and a guy on third, too, in scoring position. They've cut the lead in half already. They have the opportunity to steal it right back, and Canyon's going to swing at the first pitch that he sees and knock it back over first base dugout. Canyon started behind the plate during the first game. Actually, no, excuse me. He started in the designated hitter role during the first game. Ben Smith was behind the plate. Pace came in, finished out the game, and he played a little bit during last night's game as well, where he was able to get those 2 home runs, the first and second of his career. very impressive night during the first game of this series for Canyon Pace, sophomore catcher. During the first game, he had a stolen base and a single in the second. He had a double in the fourth inning, grounded out in the fifth, and then he was hit by a pitch and left stranded in the seventh inning before Jake Kale came in and took over for him at the plate. Canyon loads up from the right side, launches that one way out towards the right field bullpen. It's going to be just outside of reach there for the right fielder McCollum. He goes all the way to the Gulf South Conference logo out there in right field, way past the turtle. And right now, Canyon Pace is looking at a 0-2 count. Two guys on. Here's the pressure. Here's the money pitch, and he swings and misses. It's a drop third strike. The catcher Priest will throw it over to first and retire. Pace Savage makes the catch, and he goes down swinging. The Bulldogs strand two, but they do cut the lead in half. We'll be right back with you here in the top of the second inning. Leading off for the Ichabod is Scott.
Your life, your home,
your business, your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Scott, the left fielder. Washburn will be leading off the inning, and he hits it right to the shortstop. That's going to be Dylan Barrett, who tries to field it on the side of his body, lets it roll out into left field. That's got to be an error by our shortstop there. Number one rule of working in the infield, get in front of the ball. You can't throw it until you've got it in the glove. One of the things he tried to do was throw it across the body. He reached out, tried to make a backhanded play, and tried to scoop up instead of just getting in front of the ball, cleanly fielding it. Unfortunately for the Bulldogs, that puts a runner on here, and Scott makes his way over on the first pitch that he sees. He doesn't have to do a whole lot of work. Eli Snelson's 23 pitches into the game. He's given up 2 hits, 2 runs. He's recorded 1 inning there. And he takes a pickoff attempt over there to Grant Ross over at first base. Snelson looks in. Mitch Sisk, the third baseman, crouching in, sneaking in over there at third base in case of a possible bunt attempt, and a big swing and a miss there by Tamia, excuse me. Pick off attempt there. Snelson looks over. He's got a runner on first. No outs recorded yet. That's Connor Scott. A different Scott than played, and he's going. Here's the throw from Canyon Pace to Alec Hardy. It's a good throw, and they're going to say he's safe. Scott went right underneath it, got there just a little early. Canyon Pace released an arrow straight across the field. And a really good shot there. Alec Hardy made a good tag, but it was just a little bit too high. And the speed of Scott was just a little quicker than Eli Snelson getting the ball to the plate. Here's a delivery to him. That's going to be just outside for a ball. Tamia didn't play in the first game. Enters into the second game. At Hilo, Hawaii. And he's going to doink that one over towards the first base dugout. Last season he played in 5 games for Washburn, had 3 official at-bats, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 hit by a pitch, an RBI, and 3 runs scored. He's been declared an MIAA academic honor roll the last 3 years. 2 years ago in 2022, he played in 11 games total, made 3 starts in the series at Newman. That was on March 4th that he recorded those. Had 2 hits, drove in a run, scored twice after sitting out as a redshirt the year prior. So in his senior year, he's getting the start in Game 2. Faces Eli Snelson, who turns around, has a pickoff attempt with Alec Hardy. A good hold there on the right-handed batter at the plate. So Hardy will be covering all the pickoffs that are coming up here against the righty. Snelson looks, and here's a delivery to Mia. Up on the shoulders, almost gets a piece of him on his way out. He'll take base runners any way they can get it here. Now it takes it to a full count here against Tegan Tamia. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs recorded. Runner on second base. That's Scott. Here's the pitch. It's going to be fouled back right up to us up here in the booth, over our heads towards the softball fields behind us. And we do it all again. Tamia so far this season. That's going to be in the dirt, and it's going to be ball 4 there to Tamia. That's going to put 2 on. Coach Casey's going to come out and have a conversation with Snelson. Still nobody warming up out there yet. They're worried about his control here, so we're going to take a brief moment, and we'll be right back with you here on the Bulldog Baseball Broadcasts.
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us. A promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
Snelson's winding up. Now he's got 2 runners on. Here's a delivery showing bunt, and he pulls back and is unable to get it here. This is Hayden Priest, the catcher, up to bat. Hayden Priest out of Enid, Oklahoma. 5'10", 190-pound catcher. Came into the second game in relief of Scott. Played 2 seasons at Northern Oklahoma College. Tonkawa helped the Mavericks to a 24-4 season as a freshman, starting every game before the season ended due to COVID. Transferred to Northwestern Oklahoma State for 2 seasons. Was an all-GAC honorable mention as catcher as a freshman, 4-year member of the Enid High School baseball team. Helped the Plainsmen to a 27-6 record and a district championship his junior season. Also plays a little bit of football. So far this season, he's hitting .357 at the plate. He's been involved in 5 games, 4 of them as a starter. He's had 14 at-bats, 3 runs, 5 hits, 5 RBIs. That's going to be launched out towards center field. Autry's going to be dropping back. It looks like it's going to fall in the gap, and it does. It hits the warning track, skips off the wall. One run is coming around to score. That is Scott. Tamiya is right behind him, and they're going to hold Tamiya up at third. Scott comes around to score, and Priest has an RBI double, scoring 1 run to get their lead back to 2. Tamiya now at third base. Priest now at second. To the top of the lineup we go, back to Trevor McCollum. He got things started in the top of the first inning with a double. Came around to score. Snelson's going to look in here on him. He's got 2 runners in scoring position. Still no outs here. That's going to be in there for a good off-speed curveball. 4, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. Tamiya on third, Priest on second. Here's the pitch. It's just outside. You can see Barrett over there at shortstop, making his way over to second base. Ready for anything on the ground, playing depthfully there at shortstop, allowing Alec Hardy to cover the bag on a pickoff attempt back to second base. Don't expect to see one, and the off-speed is hit over the first base dugout and lands on the brickwork and bounces into foul territory. Back we go, 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. 2 runners in scoring position. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be hit down the third base line. Foul. So at the top of the first inning, McCollum scored. McHarg scored. Those are both on the double by Savage. And then later in this second inning here, Scott reached on the error by the shortstop. Came around to score, and that's going to be outside. We're going to take the count full. Still no outs here in the top of the second inning of this 7-inning game. Snelson taking his time. Both runners with the lead, dropping back. And that's going to be popped up once again. He continues to battle at the plate here. It's McCollum. McCollum out of Overland Park, Kansas. Graduated from Shawnee Mission West High School. Spent his entire career at Washburn. Shawnee Mission West, of course, a notable successful program in high school baseball. And Mitch Sisk is going to grab one on his leg, take it home. There's going to be a play at the plate. They say he slides underneath it. He's safe. Canyon Pace unable to do the tag. A really good play there by Mitch Sisk over at third base to haul that in and drive a bullet home. And a frustrating moment if you're the third baseman, Mitch Sisk. And a really good slide there by Tamiya, who's able to beat the throw home. That's what happens when it's not a force out. And McCollum is going to reach there on a fielder's choice. Priest makes his way to second. And another run there is on the board for Washburn. And we've got McHarg up to the plate. They intentionally walked him the first time he was up at the plate, of course, hitting the 3 home runs last night. He launches that one out towards center field. Going on to his left is Autry, still running, and he claims it 2 feet in front of the warning track. Throws it back in, making his way to third base is Priest. Staying at first is McCollum. And McHarg is able to move his runners over in the sacrifice fly out to the center fielder, Autry. It's only the first out of the inning. Washburn's put up another 2 already. Now Easton Bruce struck out in the first inning, went down swinging. Now here we go. That's going to be outside to him. He takes the first one for one. There's a first and third situation. Canyon Pace coming out to give the signal to Barrett and Hardy. Barrett will be the position fielder who will cover the bag in case they see McCollum take off. Canyon Pace does have quite the arm. He might go for it. We've seen him throw down a few times, and he was ready for it on that one. McCollum teasing the Bulldogs a little bit with a 4-foot jump. A 1-0 count here. 1-1 count here too. Easton Bruce. Good pickoff attempt there by Eli Snelson. Not the fastest tag response by Grant Ross, but he had a good hands-on approach. Pace is going to come out, give a new signal for the first and third. Going to give that to his middle infielders. And we do it all again. 1-1 count. Here's a delivery. Runner's going, and it's going to be popped up on the left side. Running over is going to be Mitch Sisk. He almost runs into the third base coach, and he misses the ball and right in front of the Bulldog dugout. Got a little bit thrown off there by the third base coach of the Ichabod. When Mitch ran into him, he had to clear him out of the way and missed it by about 3 feet. He overran it. Hard to see it here in the lights at Fesmeyer Field as the game has gone dark here in Jackson. So no harm, no foul. Just could have had an out. That's all right. No run, no runner given up. And that is going to allow Easton Bruce to have a second chance at the plate here and a new life. Delivery to him. Runner's going. Canyon Pace going to fake the throw down. Possibly could have had him if he launched the ball. McCollum's going to have a base with no attempt there. Pace is more protecting home plate, trying to keep that lead within 3. Now there's 2 more runners here in scoring position already so early in this game, and a big swing and a miss there. He's going to put Easton Bruce down on strikes. So back-to-back outs here for the Bulldogs. They're looking for number 3. Hopefully at the hands here of Cale Savage. Savage doubled in the first inning. He's got both RBIs accredited to him when McCollum and McHarg came around to score earlier today in the first game of the doubleheader. Savage walked twice, came around to score in the first inning, and flew out and had a pair of strikeouts. Both of those were swinging. 2 on, 2 outs. Eli Snelson. 48 pitches here early in the game. No one warming up out there in either bullpen. On deck is Jay, and here's the delivery. Right down the middle of the pipe, a beautiful fastball. Straight down the chute by Eli Snelson. See Barrett heading back to his position. A shortstop. No one holding the runner at all at second base, and that ball is going to be just outside of the strike zone. Of course, McCollum has nowhere to go if he wanted to, but still a big jump can have a big influence, especially on a ground ball situation where there's no force out being required at third base if he takes off running. All choice. Here's a delivery. 3 balls, 1 strike, the count here to Savage. Snelson looking to get himself out of a jam. He did well getting out of it in the first inning after giving up the 2 runs, giving up another 2 here in the second. Going from the stretch. Here's his delivery. High and up in on the shoulders, and that's going to be ball 4, and the bases are going to be loaded. The self-inflicted wounds here. Snelson has walked 3. Washburn did really good at watching pitches during the first game, but it's the free bases just handed over that the Bulldog bullpen especially has struggled with, and now is plaguing this Bulldog starter. Here's a delivery with bases loaded. A big swing and a miss. Looks like it went off the helmet of Pace.
Batting now, number 2, Cash J.
Jay struck out swinging in the first inning, back in his 5-hole that he was in during the first game. Now, during that game, he played at third base. He's moved over to short, and that one is out towards center field. Autry's going to be charging in at the very last second, and he can't read it. It falls on the ground, and Autry misses it. 1 run comes home to score. 2 runs are in. 3 runs are in. And an error by Matthew Autry out in center field is going to cost the Bulldogs 3 runs. And once again, Washburn, Ichabod have put 7 runs on the board in the first 2 innings. It feels like we've seen this before, and hopefully we get a comeback. A tough read there by Autry. He dropped back upon instinct and had to come charging in, and all 3 runners just took off in a tearing run. That's going to put Jay at second base. So Savage comes all the way home from first. McCollum comes from second. Priest makes his way home from third. And that is now 5 runs on the board here so early in this game. Remember, this is only a 7-inning game, so a little bit less time to come back. But the Bulldogs already have 1 run on the board to work with. They struck quick. They struck easy. They're going to leave Snelson in this game to work himself out of the jam he's created. So 7 runs on the board already by Washburn. That one's going to possibly add another one. Going back to his left is going to be Kale, and a great catch on the run by Jake Kale. Left fielder gets the damage minimized for possibly more runs. Good catch out there by Jake Kale. Bulldogs find themselves down by 6. To the bottom of the second inning we go. We'll be right back with you. Don't go anywhere.
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Jake Kale was able to get the Bulldogs out of a jam there in the top of the second inning, and he's looking to get it started off on the other side of the plate. First pitch is going to be in there from Hewitt for strike 1 against Kale. Kale came in as a pinch hitter in the bottom of the 8th inning, and it was him that was able to knock in Hardy and Ross to take the lead on a very clutch single late in the game. That ball is just outside the strike zone. Kale's going to let it fall. As Hewitt comes on for another inning of work. Hewitt threw only 25 pitches in the first inning. Gave up 1 run, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and a big swing and a miss there by Jake Kale, the sophomore out of Jackson, Tennessee. Jake steps back in the box. No runners on, leading off, waiting on everything that Hewitt's going to get. Hewitt working entirely from the wind up here. He's going to throw that one in on the legs of Kale. The catcher, Priest, unable to get close to that one. That one just skimmies on back to the backstop. So Hewitt taking each and every moment of this pitch clock here, enjoying it, savoring it. And Jake Kale goes down swinging. Around the horn goes Washburn. Jake Kale down on strikes.
Batting down number 9, Dylan Barrett.
Jake Kale's the 3rd swinging strikeout already here in 2 innings recorded by Hewitt. It brings up the shortstop, Dylan Barrett. He started the first game but exited after only 4 innings of work. He's going to drop a bunt, a really well-placed bunt. The catcher Hewitt's going to field it himself, take it over to first, and a really good play there by the pitcher. Hewitt is going to retire Barrett, looking to use his speed, and he's unable to get there. So that's 2 outs just as quickly. And now we bring up Matthew Autry. Autry was the leadoff hitter in the last few games for the Bulldogs. Taken over as the primary center fielder as of late. He's looked really good, but able to get on base, watching each and every pitch, creating plenty of opportunities for guys to knock him in. He walked during the first inning of the game earlier today, stole a base using his speed. He had 2 on the day for the first game, and he's going to chip that one right back into the backstop netting on the ground. Autry grounded out during the 3rd inning, walked during the 6th inning, came around to score. He was knocked in twice. Flew out to right field. Here's the delivery. Big swing and a miss there by Autry. No balls, 2 strikes. Autry looking to stay alive here. Hewitt looking to make quick work of the Bulldogs. Here's a delivery. Swung on and missed. He got it. He retires the side. 3 up, 3 down. Perfect inning here for Hewitt. Washburn's looking good here as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. We'll be right back with you. Bulldogs down by 6.
You trade in your car. You trade in your house. So why not get some equity back from your old HVAC system? McCoy's Heating and Air will now give you up to $2,000 trade-in for your old unit. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty with the purchase of a qualifying York system. That's right. Trade in your old unit and get up to $2,000. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a limited time, only from McCoy's Heating and Air.
First pitch in there from Snelson. It's good for a called strike. Scott leading off the top of the 3rd inning. All 9 Washburn batters came up to the plate in the 2nd, scoring 5 runs. They've scored 7 runs on 4 hits. That shows the impact that a base on balls and an error can make in this game. Snelson now winding up. Here's the delivery. That's going to be hit out over the right field turtle. Head out towards the field house area. Here's a delivery from Snelson on the next one. A big swing and a miss at the drop 3rd strike. Pace is going to throw it over to first. And just like that, Scott goes down swinging, bringing up Tamia. Tegan Tamia in his first plate appearance, walked, came around to score. And there's a little bit of an infield shift. Hardy and Ross making their way to their right, going more towards second base. And that's a perfect strike right down the middle by Eli Snelson. Wonderful position there. So here's the delivery. Once again, that's knocked out towards center field. Running over to his left is Matthew Autry. It's over his head. It's going to roll to the wall. Rounding first and going to second is Tamia. He's going to go for 3. Here's the throw. Hardy's got it at second, and that is going to be thrown away back to the catcher, and a triple there by Tamia. Big play there by the second baseman for Washburn. Is going to put another big runner on here. It looked like Barrett was the one at shortstop that actually hauled in the throw from Autry all the way out there. And you go from one out, no one on, to a guy 90 feet away from adding the 8th run to this game. Tough situation here, as we are still only in the top of the 3rd inning. Washburn just putting the foot on the gas here. Infield going to be playing in. Sisk, Barrett, Hardy, and Ross all touching the inside of the grass here in the infield, ready to charge in. Play going home, and a big swing and a miss there recorded by Hayden Priest, the catcher, who doubled and came around to score in the top of the 2nd inning. So only one out recorded. That was a strikeout by Scott moments ago. That's going to be outside, out of control. Coach Casey's going to let Eli continue to stay in here. The Bulldogs have used so many different pitchers in the last few days. Of course, having this 8-game stretch in 10 days really takes a toll on your pitching staff. Noah Tony, Cole Smith, Brody Mann, and Jamal Allen pitched in the first game. Yesterday during the game, there was an additional 3 pitchers used: Ryan Evans, Ethan Orwig, and Sam Poindexter, all through in that game. So we've still got Lane Evans possibly available to go a couple innings. Sam Galbraith. We'll see what happens as the Bulldogs look at their bullpen come into this game later. But for now, the hope is in Snelson. They're going to make him get out of what he put himself into here. Here's the delivery to him. That's going to be out towards right field. Going back is Chavis. He's going to be at the wall underneath the warning track, and it's going to bounce off the ball once again. Toomey is going to come around to score, and it looks like it's going to be back-to-back triples as Priest makes his way standing up to third. Doesn't even need to move, and it's back-to-back triples. Another run is scored, and an RBI triple puts Washburn up 8-1 here in the top of the 3rd inning, as Priest is having a significant game. Got a double in the 2nd inning, a triple here in the 3rd inning after being unable to do anything in the first game. He's cleaning house right now and making up for his missed stat line earlier as he balances out this doubleheader. Back to the top of the lineup we go. Trevor McCollum getting his 3rd at-bat in just as many innings. And he's got a runner 90 feet away for him once again. Infield's playing in. That's going out towards right field as well. Tagging up is going to be Priest. Chavis is underneath it. He makes the grab. They're going to take it home. And they're going to let that one roll through as Kenyon Pace drops the ball right at home plate. A really good throw there by Carson Chavis. Didn't even use his cutoff guy of Grant Ross. Just let it roll all the way home. And Pace was unable to make any work of it there at the plate. So McCollum, he's going to have a sacrifice fly. He's out there. And that's going to be the 2nd out of the inning and the 2nd run scored of the inning, making this game a quick 9-1 lead by the Ichabod. And now you got possibly their best hitter. Peyton McHarg up to the plate. They're going to pitch him out. Chavis is going to take about 4 or 5 steps back towards the warning track out in the right field. You know the power he's got. Barrett, a shortstop, shifting over. Stand behind second base. Here's a delivery to him. High and up and out. 2 balls, no strikes. Seems to be a much different game morale-wise in the first game of that doubleheader. Washburn went, clicked reset. They came out, and they're on fire and putting the pressure on, tagging up on some of these big plays because they know, hey, if they can blow a 7-run lead, they could probably blow an 8-run lead too. So they need every insurance run they can get against Union in this game. McHarg has a 2-2 count. Here's delivery to him. That's going to be hit down the first base line. First base coach making a nice grab there. He bobbled it a little bit, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Throws it over to one of the guys in the dugout. Here's delivery. That's going to be hit to the first baseman. Grant Ross is going to grab it, take it himself to the bag. That's the third out of the inning, but not before Washburn adds another 2 to their treasury. To the bottom of the third inning we go. Bulldogs down by 8. We'll be right back with you at the top of the order.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Your life. Your home.
Your business. Your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
The Bulldogs digging adventure begins now. They start chipping away at this Washburn 8-run lead that they find themselves down in. 4.5 innings to go here for the Bulldogs, and Will Allen Smith's going to get things started as a single right between McCard and Jay on the third base side. One pitch is all it takes to put Will Allen Smith on base. Great to see the sophomore offensively getting that back going. Good momentum here for the Bulldogs as they got to start working their way out here against Hewitt. Hewitt so far in this game has only thrown 37 pitches, giving up 1 hit, 1 run, 2 walks. And Chavies is now going to be in his own opportunity here. He walked in the first inning, stole a base, and now he's got Will Allen Smith leading the way to keep this train a-chugging. Tamia and Jay taking a few steps in there at second and short. Going home with it is Hewitt. It's going to get away from the catcher. Will Allen Smith will easily make his way into second base, and he is just going to add a little sparkle and flair to that slide by diving in on a stolen base there by Will Allen Smith. No more forced play at second. Bulldogs have a runner in scoring position after seeing only 3 pitches of the inning. Hewitt is about to line up. Here's a delivery to him, and that's going to get away from the catcher once again. It's almost going to roll all the way to first base. Will Allen Smith now makes his way over to third base on the wild pitch. He has 2 advancements on wild pitches here in the bottom of the second inning. Or third inning, excuse me. So now Chavies has his runner 90 feet away. Over there at third base, he loads up. And that one's going to be just away from him too. Now he's got 3 balls on his count. Chavies having a really good hit earlier in the day. No need to full body swing. He was really resting the bat on his shoulders. And honestly just poked it just a little bit. And that's going to be outside. And Chavies is going to make his way over to first. And the Bulldogs have set up a first and third situation. Chavies on first, Smith on third. And the senior, Mitch Sisk, is going to make his way up to the plate. An opportunity to get some runs on the board, get a rally going, and start digging themselves out of this deficit they find themselves in. They've done well at the plate today, and they've continued to have discipline, stay in the game, and they realize it takes one at-bat at a time. They've got this big mountain of a comeback that they need to make. They did a 7-run comeback, scored 9 in that game. They find themselves down by 8, so they would only need one more run than that here in this one. And This is where their opportunity begins, but it's a big swing and a miss there by Mitch Sisk. There is some action now in left field Bulldog bullpen. Coach Casey was leaving Snelson in there to get through it. He got to get his quota of at least 2 innings in. He got 3. A big swing and a miss there. He's going to take Mitch Sisk at 2 strikes. Here's the build-up. First and third. The delivery to Mitch, way outside. He takes it for a ball. Great watch there. Wilhelm Smith having a conversation with the third base coach. Takes a few steps off, and he is just covered in this infield dirt. Slide into both second and third, and Mitch is going to pop that one directly up towards the second baseman. To me, is having problems seeing the light. He misses it, and the right fielder comes in. McCollum gets a glove on it, and he drops it, making it just in time as Chavis. He runs to second base. They lost it in the lights of Fesmeyer Field. Tamia was underneath it. He said, I don't know where it is. And he was calling and calling. McCollum came in at the very last second trying to get a glove on it, and he just wasn't able to do it. So Smith comes around. He's able to score. Chavis shimmies on over to second base in the very last blink of an eye when the ball hit the ground. He's about halfway there. And Mitch Sisk is going to make his way over to first base. Still no outs with Alec Hardy coming up to the plate. An opportunity for the Bulldogs to put a few more. He shows bunt. And on that bunt, we saw Savage, the first baseman, come running in. Tamia was going to be the one to go cover first base. Revealed a lot. They're going to credit Sisk's reaching as an error. Alec Hardy's going to pull back once again. Take a second ball. Bulldog dugout starts chirping over there, and hopefully starts chirping and starts chipping away here at now a 7-run lead. They got 2 on, no outs. Alec Hardy at the plate. Here's a delivery to him, and he's going to put that in play. It's hit to the shortstop. He's going to throw it to second, throw it back over to first. It's way off the mark over at first base. They said that Savage came off the bag, and so they are going to credit that as a fielder's choice for Hardy. So Hardy will be left at first. Chavis is moved over to third, but they avoid the double play. But Mitch Sisk is now eliminated from the base path. And Grant Ross, the sophomore, is going to have his opportunity. He grounded out, but got the RBI during the first inning. He's looking to get a little bit more now. So on that last play, another first and third was set up. Sisk was eliminated from the base path. Chavis now over at third. Alec Hardy at first on the fielder's choice. And that's going to be hit back over the backstop. So Ross loads up. To me, the second baseman ready for heat. That's going to be just outside. Ross with no ability to get that one will take that as a ball. Hewitt now at 48 pitches. Bulldogs putting the pressure on him here. Snelson at 77 pitches through the first 3 innings. Hewitt is 48 through 2 1/3. Hopefully they can do exactly what Washburn was doing, just right back to him. One of the most amazing parts of that 8th inning comeback during the first game is all of it was done with 2 outs, and Grant Ross is going to have an RBI single. Coming home to score is Chavis. Ross will pull up to first base, and he's got on, and the small ball single game continues to work as he finds a gap between Jay and McHarg, and Chavis will be the second scoring run for the Bulldogs of the inning. Hardy will make his way over to second base, and Ross is in with an easy single. Great discipline there by Grant Ross, waiting on the pitch that he wanted to see. Took a couple that were close to the zone, and now Canyon Pace. 2-on opportunity with only 1 out. He went down swinging in the first. He was the 3rd out of that first inning, and a huge lead there at second base by Alec Hardy. Felt like a little bit of hyperbole if I would say that he went almost halfway to third, but that's truly almost the case. He who took off running wouldn't be surprised. And Canyon's going to pop that one back towards us. Last night, Canyon Pace went 2 for 5, hit 3 RBIs, including the walk-off home run that electrified this Bulldog team late into the evening in the bottom of the 10th inning to get that win. That one's going to be upstairs for a ball. Pace no opportunity to get that one. Hewitt now pitching from the stretch. Looks back. Jay, the shortstop, is who is holding Alec Hardy. Goes home with it, and that's going to be launched out towards right field, and it's going to be foul towards the Gulf South Conference sign. A great area of contact there from Canyon Pace. Steps out of the box, practices a swing, looks to straighten that out, and that would have been a great extra base hit had it been fair. He's going to step in after his first 2 home runs of his collegiate career. Both occurred last night here at Fesmeyer Field. Runners are going. They fake. They're not going to go. They're going to run back. Running over in the pop fly. Priest unable to get it. It's going to be Savage, the first baseman, who calls him off. And they call an infield fly rule on Canyon Pace. So 2 down now here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Bulldogs getting every ounce out of this 7-inning game that they're looking at. And Jake Cale has an opportunity to knock in a few more just like he did earlier this afternoon. Here's the pitch to him, and he puts it in play to the left foul. Jake Cale with the Fergalicious walk-up song. Gives a little shimmy. Takes a moment, takes a pause, puts the bat in the air, and steps back into the batter's box here against Hewitt. Swing and a miss. He's way ahead of that one. Like either a changeup there from Hewitt. And Cale just about stumbled over that one, as he's got 2 strikes on him just as quickly now. Hardy on second, Ross on first. Grant Cale time. Hewitt looks back. He's going to go home with it. It's going to be in the dirt. Running over is Alec Hardy. Makes a really good run and just slides underneath it. Being really aggressive on the base path there, and Alec Hardy will have himself a stolen base over at third, setting up a 1st and 3rd situation. Catcher's not even going to go and give the signal. Jake Cale has an opportunity to get another RBI here on the board with a single base hit. It's going to be right back into the bell tone ring of the backstop. The pole does toll here at Fesmeyer Field. It's the 2nd foul ball that's hit that pole tonight. Cale takes a check swing. They're going to appeal to the outfield umpire. He says no, he did not swing. Didn't look like it. Cale willingly holding back right there, but always a close call on those check danger swings. He continues to stay in this at-bat, continuing to battle. Here's the pitch from Hewitt. That's going to be put right past the shortstop, Jay. 1 run's going to come in to score. That's Alec Hardy. Rounding first is going to be... That's going to be Cale rounding first. Ross out at second base. And another RBI single by Jake Cale here on this doubleheader Friday evening. So Alec Hardy comes in to score. Grant Ross out to second base, and a 2-out rally propels the Bulldogs with Dylan Barrett, the shortstop, making his way to the batter's box to get his shot at the lefty for Washburn. 4 runs on the board for the Bulldogs. Barrett takes that one right through the middle of the zone, up high. Basically a perfect pitch through the letters. A really good delivery there by Hewitt, the pitcher. Barrett's going to take that one way outside. Dylan Barrett out of Bel Air, Maryland. Takes that one off the end of the bat, just keeping a swing on it. He's got a .222 batting average so far this season. He's played in 4 games. This is his 5th start of the season. He's had 9 at-bats, 2 hits, 2 runs scored, slugging percentage of .222, An opportunity here for a little dinker. It might fall. Running in is going to be the right fielder, and it's going to fall right in the triangle between Tamia and McCollum. One run's going to come home score. That's Grant Ross. And Dylan Barrett has an RBI single here in the bottom of the third inning as the Bulldogs crawl their way back into this game. It's getting closer and closer with every at-bat. Bulldogs put their 5th run on the board. Jake Cale will make his way over to third base. That's the danger of a 2-out rally here as the Bulldogs now put up 4 in the bottom of the third inning. Nobody warming up for Washburn, but there's going to be a meeting at the mound and a really good play there on a bloop single out to right field. McCollum just couldn't get there in time. Perfectly placed. And to Matthew Autry we go here at the bottom of the third. We'll be right back with you after this brief pitching meeting at the
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
Encouragement pours out from Matthew Autry, the center fielder, freshman out of Collierville High School. He takes his spot in the batter's box against Hewitt with a 1st and 3rd. He takes the first one in there for a called strike. Autry went down swinging in the 2nd inning, and he is now the 9th batter of the inning for the Bulldogs. They've got 2 outs, 2 on. Cale's over at 3rd. Barrett's at 1st, and that ball's going to be way out of the zone there for Autry, who walked twice earlier today. Actually, he walked 3 times during the first game of the doubleheader. He has 2 stolen bases on the day and a fly out to right field. Here's the pitch to him, and he's going to launch that one down the first base side. Ground ball bullet towards the third base dugout. Just as quickly, they got a couple strikes on him here. Autry's going to wind up. Runners are going. He's going to throw it home, and it looks like they did a attempt to steal home, and they are going to call that an out at home, and a frustrating play there as Jake Cale and Barrett took off running. Cale was busted trying to steal home.
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us. A promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
Bulldogs turn it over for their bullpen for the first time in this game. That's going to do it for Eli Snelson. He went 3 innings, gave up 9 runs on 6 hits, 77 pitches. He walked 3 batters, struck out 4 in the 20 men that he faced in this game. You're going to turn it over to Jack Rasmussen. He comes in this game this season with a 0 ERA, and Bruce is going to hit that one to Alec Hardy, who makes an easy throw over to first and a 4-3 play to retire Bruce. As Savage comes up to the plate, a little history on Jack Rasmussen. Last season he had a 15.34 ERA, struggled with his control, but they would bring him in for 1 or 2 outs, and that's all he would do last season. 14 2/3 innings, gave up 19 hits, 30 runs last year, walked 17 batters, and he hit 15 batters with a pitch. That was the big number last year, but he's kept it down this season. He's only given up 2 runs in the 1 inning that he pitched and 1 out. So here's a delivery from Rasmussen. A little low. Savage, the batter, up for his 3rd plate appearance. Had a double in the 1st inning, was left stranded at first, and he walked and scored a run in the 2nd inning. A good framing job there by Kenyon Pace, trying to get the umpire to see that be a strike, but not convincing enough there for him to fall for it. Rasmussen pitching from the stretch, even though there's nobody on base. Interesting approach here that's typical of Jack, and that's just outside. During the 1st game, if you were a left-handed batter, that would have been a strike on the opposite side of the diamond. But it's a different matchup here for game 2. Here's the pitch from Jack. It's going to be in the dirt, rolls all the way back to the backstop, and that is going to be a walk issued to Savage, his 2nd of the game.
Batting now number 2, Cash J.
Cash J in this game. He's 1 for 3 so far. Struck out in the 1st inning. Singled, was left stranded in the 2nd. He's going to watch that one just outside. If Jack can move that pitch about 4 more inches to the left, he's got it every single time. But it's just out of reach there for him. Want to force something on the ground. Mitch Sisk over at 3rd base, encroaching in on that grass, just in case he can put something on the ground. And that's going to be hit to the shortstop. Barrett's got it, throws it to Hardy, over to 1st base, and it's a 6-4-3 double play. The Bulldog infield rolls it up again in a wonderful play. Rasmussen gets out of it with a beautiful play on the ground, the fastest inning the Bulldogs have had yet, possibly in both games. To the bottom of the 4th we go here in Jackson. Bulldogs down by 4.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow-motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
After Jake Cale got busted for stealing in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Matthew Autry will have a clean and wiped slate of balls and strikes as he leads off this bottom of the 4th inning. They're going to leave in Hewitt to face him, and Autry shows bunt, charging in from 3rd as McHarg. And Autry pulls back once again. Autry just was not able to get that. Had he stayed in the box possibly just a little bit longer, Cale would have been really close to having that home plate steal, but guess we'll never know on that one. Hewitt so far in this game has had 65 pitches, given up 5 hits, 5 runs. There is quite a bit of action out there in the right field bullpen, so we'll see how long they'll leave him in the game. He's got a 4-run cushion to work with, but as we've seen, the Bulldogs have just been chipping away at every lead that we've seen in this game. Yesterday it happened. Bulldogs came back, walked it off in the bottom of the 10th. Today they were down by 7 in the first game. They were down by 8 in this one. But here they come, back within 4 runs once again, facing the same guy that's giving it to him. That's going to be out towards left field. Going to take a one-hopper will be Bruce, and Autry is on with a leadoff single here to start the bottom of the 4th inning. Autry had a really good play on that one, just threw the bat right at the ball. The easy line drive. And that's the focus that a lot of these Bulldog guys are looking for. They're not trying to hit the long ball. They're really just trying to hit line drives. Some of these guys, when they make connections, that is a line drive, well, it is a long ball. But in the case of Matthew Autry right there, a really good play and an attempt at a line drive just puts it right over the head of the shortstop into left field. They've got their leadoff runner on now with some more pressure coming to Hewitt with Will Allen Smith back to the top of the Bulldog lineup. Smith singled in the 3rd. He got the whole rally started, came around to score, and he was really the one that kick-started everything for the Bulldogs in that rally. He also reached on an error, came around to score. Only Bulldog in this game to come across the plate more than one time. Here's the pitch to him, and he's going to take that one low. Looked pretty good. Smith with great discipline there. Waits off on that. Here's a delivery to him, and he's going to take a swing and a miss through that one. Chops it and really swung on that with one hand. Some more action in the Bulldog bullpen. We'll see if they leave Rasmussen in the game. He got the job done, went 1-2-3. That's going to be fouled back over the press box here. So Autry with a commanding lead over there at first base. He's got speed. Will Allen Smith has speed. A quick baseball team here for the Bulldogs as Jay comes in from shortstop a few extra feet. And that's going to be sky high out towards center field. The lights have been an issue in this game. Scott's underneath it, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning, and Will Allen Smith is retired. Smith just got up underneath it. It was an upstairs fastball, and he just poked that one straight up into the sky, and right where Scott was ready to catch it. So now it's Carson Chavies. Got the opportunity to move him over, and a big swing and a miss there. Catches him off balance. He was trying to put that one over the scoreboard with a line drive moonshot. Chavies walked both times in the 1st and the 3rd inning. She reached. Advanced on the air. Stole a base in the 1st, was left stranded at 3rd, came around to score. And a ball slips out of the bullpen out in right field. One of the relief pitchers having to come grab it for Washburn. Chavies is going to let that one go past him. So 2 balls, 1 strike here to Carson Chavies. Autry leading off first after his great line drive hit to left field. Chavies is going to take that one outside for his 3rd ball. Hewitt from the stretch left hand. Chavies will take that in there to make the count go full. No green light on that. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on first base. Bulldogs needing to get 4 more runs on the board. Very doable. Autry's going. There's going to be a play down at the bag. And a very late called strike 3. The umpire waited until the stolen base attempt was over to ring up Carson Chavies and send him back to the plate. But all the focus was on Matthew Autry taking that bag. So Chavies goes down looking. First looking strikeout we've seen from the Bulldogs in a while. They're going to credit Autry with a stolen base to bring up Mitch Sisk, and that's going to be a hit by pitch there. And Mitch will happily make his way over to first. Quick, simple, and easy. He'll send Matthew Autry back to second base. He took off, running to third. Didn't matter. First and second situation with Alec Hardy coming up to the plate. Struck out in the first inning, hit into a fielder's choice in the third. But then he stole a base and came around to score in that quadruple stack of 4 runs put up by the Bulldogs in the bottom of the third. Looking to have another 2-out rally here. That was real close on into him. So Hardy with a good opportunity here. We'll see if Autry tries to go. And Hardy will knock that towards the first base dugout. 2-out rallies have really been the story of this game so far for the Bulldogs. They did it earlier in the third inning. They did it last night. They did it once again earlier today, the first game. Alec will now load up. 2-ball, 1-strike count. Hewitt still on the mound. Here's delivery. Outside. Here's where it gets interesting if you're a coach. If Hardy's able to reach, how long do you leave in Hewitt? Do you want to keep your cushion? But also, you've got another game tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Don't forget to join us right back here on the broadcast. Hardy's going to let that one get away from the catcher. Running forward is Autry, but he decides to go back to second base. There's a little bit of a changed mind out there from the Bulldog center fielder. So Hardy stays alive. The count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners are going. And here they go. And it's going to be ball 4, bases loaded. Grant Ross coming up to the plate. He clutched up earlier in the game. He got the single with the RBIs. We'll see if he can turn around and do the exact same thing here with the bases loaded. So Sisk makes his way to second. Autry goes to third, and Alec Hardy is on with a single. There's not going to be any meeting at the mound here like you might anticipate. Just to cool down the pitcher. The Bulldogs have all the momentum here. Great plate discipline. Grant Ross needs to find the pitch that he wants and nothing more than that. Steps out, takes a check swing. 3. It's crazy to think that the Bulldogs gave up 9 runs in the first 3 innings. We're down, and that's going to get through the gap. At least 1 run is going to score. Coming around is Autry. He scores. Making his way around third is Sisk, but they're going to hold him up there, and Grant Ross gets an RBI single, and the bases remain loaded as we go to Canyon Pace. Huge moment there for the Bulldogs. What I was saying is it was hard to believe that just a few innings ago the Bulldogs were down by 8 runs. And now the winning run is at the plate. So Sisk is now at third. Hardy's at second. Ross is at first. And it looks like this pitcher might be in the dugout. We'll be right back with you here after a brief meeting at the mound.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
As the bases are loaded, we've got Grant Ross on first, Alec Hardy on second, and Mitch Sisk on third. Washburn will be going to its bullpen for the first time in the game. That's going to do it for Hewitt. He went 88 pitches, gave up 7 hits, 6 runs, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, and he faced 23 batters in the 3 2/3 innings that he faced. That's going to bring in the sophomore righty Max Clark out of Kirkwood, Missouri, to St. John Vianney High School. Made his collegiate debut last year on March 29th at Northwest Missouri. Went a scoreless inning and recorded a strikeout. And this year he's struggled a little bit as that one almost got away from Priest. Would have been a dangerous situation on the first pitch there. He comes into this game with an 11.57 ERA. Love to see that. He's got 1 loss on the season in the only game that he's appeared in. Typically a starter, he's gone 2 1/3 innings so far this year. But they're bringing him out of the bullpen. In that game against Nova Southeastern, he gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, 2 doubles, and faced 16 batters. So Bulldogs on paper really like that, as those 2 balls about hit the backstop. Canyon Pace up to bat. He's going to wait on that, and that's going to be a called strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike to count. There's 2 outs. Bulldogs looking to rally. They've got the winning go-ahead run at the plate. The tying run is Grant Ross over at first base, and it's wild to see that the Bulldogs have just continued to stay in each and every one of these games after finding themselves in a hole, and a big swing and a miss there by Canyon Pace. It's not going to help that cause there. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Canyon needs to muster something up from last night where he had those 2 home runs, had the 2-run shot, had the solo shot to walk it off. We'll see if he can do something with it here, as he is granted time from the home plate umpire. So bases juiced. Canyon Pace takes the check swing. He loads up. Doing the fake over there is Sisk, and that's going to be way outside, and Canyon swings and misses at a ball way outside of the strike zone. He couldn't have hit that with an extra foot on the end of that bat, and a tough break for the Bulldogs there. As they leave the bases stranded, they had a striking chance to get back in this game, and unfortunately, they come up just short. We go back to the top of the 5th inning. Bulldogs down by 3. They just keep chipping away. We'll be right back with you. Don't go anywhere.
Your life. Your home.
Your business. Your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
You trade in your car. You trade in your house. So why not get some equity back from your old HVAC system? McCoy's Heating and Air will now give you up to $2,000 trade-in for your old unit, plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty with the purchase of a qualifying York system. That's right. Trade in your old unit and get up to $2,000, plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a limited time, only from McCoy's Heating and Air.
Grant Jones, the designated hitter, will get his first shot. The Bulldog reliever, Jack Rasmussen, and he is going to drill him right in the ankle. First pitch that he sees. And there is the first hit batter of the year for Jack Rasmussen. He hit 15 last year, I believe 17 the year before that. So Jones will quickly make his way over to first base with a little bit of hobble in his step. And that'll bring up Scott. Scott reached on an error in the second, but did come around to score. He struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. Ball escaped the bullpen out in left field. Jake Cale went over to go give it back. What Jack needs something on the ground here. Again, he did a really good job of getting that double play, 6-4-3. Barrett, Hardy, Ross double play to get out of the jam in the 4th inning. We'll see if he can do it once again. Just got to keep that command dialed in. Slow down, breathe, and Jack can just take a little bit off his pitch as long as it's accurate. He's got a great defense behind him this year, and that ball is so far behind the batter that it literally went about a foot behind his letters on his backside. Caden Pace is just going to go grab it. Jones will walk to second base, and that one must have just slipped out of the hand of Jack Rasmussen. A difficult moment there for the Bulldog right-hander. All right, we're going to forget that one happened, wipe it out, and Jack's going to take this one right down the middle. A great pitch by Rasmussen. Grant Ross is going to try to take it himself, and you're going to say he did get him in time. Grant Ross making a great play over there at first base, fielding the ball himself. He had the opportunity to throw it to Alec Hardy, the second baseman, who came over to cover the bag, but Grant decided to do the labor all by himself, and a really great play there by the Bulldog first baseman. Now in that play, it was a little bit of a move him over play, so Jones is now over at third base. It looks like Tegan Tamia will be back up to the plate. He's had a big game already. He walked and came around to score in the 2nd inning. He hit the triple, the first of 2 triples in the 3rd inning. Came around to score again there on the next triple by Priest. Those are both against the starting pitcher, Snelson. So we'll see what he does against Rasmussen. The infield playing in, ready to make a throw to the plate, and a good pitch by Jack. Right down the middle of the pipe, wonderfully placed on the inside of the hands. Tamia only able to foul it off. So Sisk and Barrett ready to charge in, make a play if they have to. They were unsuccessful the last time it happened, and that one's going to be upstairs for a ball. Currently, Washburn's got 9 runs on 6 hits, 1 error. Bulldogs have 6 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. It's amazing to think the Bulldogs are out hitting the Ichabods today. Had a good day at the plate, a lot of singles. That single by Grant Ross in the last inning was kind of a staple piece for the Bulldogs of exactly what they're trying to do. Autry had a good one, line drive out towards left field as well. And here's a delivery from Jack. Great off speed, and he calls it a strike. Tegan Tamia was ready to take his way over to first base on a walk, but a really, really good curve there by Jack Rasmussen to drop that thing right back in the zone. Full count, all the pressure here. Here's a delivery, and it's going to hit him right in the back, his second hit batter of the inning. And that off speed just gets away from Coach Casey, about to come out of the dugout, have a conversation with him, it appears. They're going to wait, and that might be it for Jack Rasmussen. We'll be right back after this mound visit. 1st and 3rd situation here, possibly. We are. Indeed, we're going to the bullpen. We'll be right back with you after this call to the bullpen pitching change.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
Caden Priest makes his way up for his third plate appearance. He has a double already in this game and a triple. Came around to score both times. The Bulldogs go to their bullpen. That's going to be it for Jack Rasmussen, who went an inning and a third through 21 pitches. Both of the runners on base right now will be credited to him, but they hand it off to Sam Galbraith. Submarine-esque, Kimbrel-esque pitcher for the Bulldogs. Here's his first delivery. He's going to be in there for a called strike. A great pitch there. Sam Galbraith out of Bethesda, Tennessee, to Heritage Covenant School. Pitched 2 2/3 innings last season and 4 relief appearances. The year before that, he pitched 2 innings, 2 relief appearances. Played all 4 years of baseball in high school. Was pitcher of the year as a senior. First on the team in ERA. And that's going to be hit to Mitch Sisk. He bobbles it. He's going to just take the out over at first to Grant Ross. And a really good play there by Mitch Sisk to recover after the bobble. Wasn't able to turn the double play that he was hoping for, but he was still able to get at least one out here to quickly eliminate one of the runners. Tamia is going to make his way over to second. Jones is still over at third. And Galbraith has an opportunity here to get out of the jam. So far this season, he's got a 20.25 ERA last year. This is his first pitching appearance of this year. He's looking to kind of correct some things that went wrong last year, write the story, and does a good job on that first one. That one's out towards center field. Autry's going to grab it, and very quickly, Sam Galbraith is able to get out of this, just like he showed up on Media Day with a Mandalorian helmet and a Star Wars lightsaber. He is able to conquer the dark side here today. To the bottom of the 5th we go. We'll be right back with you here in Jackson.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow-motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. The premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Can I get some help?
So happy. Oh.
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
First pitch from Clark is going to be inside there on Jake Cale. Jake Cale so far in this game struck out swinging in the second, but came back, returned it with a single in the 3rd inning. He was over at third base, and on a play to Matthew Autry, tried to steal home. They looked like they were going to do a hit-and-run situation or a sacrifice emergency bunt, and Autry was unable to perform it. And Jake Cale got busted for stealing at home. He's looking up for a little bit of redemption here in the bottom of the 5th inning. He shows bunt, and he's going to receive a called strike instead. Clark only had to throw 5 pitches to get out of the jam in the bottom of the 4th inning. But the Bulldogs have scored every inning since the 2nd. Chip away at this 9-run lead that's now only 3. That's going to be hit by Cale right down the line. You're going to call it a fair ball. The third baseman's going to make a long throw. And they're going to say he got him. What a good play there by McHarg over to Savage. And a really good play, basically almost in foul territory over there on third base. Cale almost got away with it with his speed, but just not quite fast enough for the arm of McHarg. Dylan Barrett at the plate. He had a single in the 3rd. Grounded out in the 1st. He drops a perfect bunt down the third baseline. We'll see how his speed can do. And 2 plays in a row, the arm of the third baseman, McHarg, has just showed up and showed out to quickly knock off 2 of those Bulldog base runners there. Really good chance by both of them there, trying to test the speed, but that third base cannon just put them both away. Autry back up here for his third plate appearance. He hit a single last inning. Feels oh so long ago. He stole a base, came home to score, led things off, and he's going to put that between short and third. Grabbing that is Jay. He's going to make the long throw across the diamond. It's not going to be in time. They call him safe as the first baseman, Savage, falls over at first base, and Autry is going to be up with a single as his speed will challenge the left side. Jay makes a good play over there at shortstop, but Autry's on as he has his second single of the game. We're back to the top of the lineup here with Will Allen Smith. See if the Bulldogs can put something together here with 2 outs. They've been doing well with it all day long. He reached on an error, came around to score in the first inning. Then he singled in the third, came around to score. And a really good play by the center fielder, Scott, was the one that took out Smith's chances in the fourth. So Autry over at first. He's become quite the player here at home for the Bulldogs in his freshman season. A very young and youthful team, only a few seniors, most of them on the pitching staff. And Autry took off running to second base, but the umpire called it a foul ball. They're going to send Autry on back. Will Allen Smith will get another shot here at Clark. Max Clark from the stretch. Here's the delivery. Will Allen Smith takes that up and in. To Smith at the rock of the bat. Second baseman Tamia coming in a few feet, and Clark will step off the rubber as Autry faked a jump over there at first base. Autry's going. Will Allen Smith chops it down the third base line. Swung the hammer across the body. Almost got that in. It was just so close on that third base line to being fair and barely went out. There's a good chance that if that is fair, that Autry's coming all the way around to score, because that would have rolled all the way to the wall. Really good look there by Will Allen Smith, but now he's left with just another strike. We'll see if Autry goes again. They have a pickoff attempt there on Autry. Will Allen Smith spreads out his stance, put the left foot about a foot below the right, opening up to be a pull hitter. Jumping is Autry over at first. Pickoff attempt. Autry was almost caught off balance. Really good timing there by Max Clark, firing over to the first baseman and Cale Savage. Now here's the pitch, delivery. Smith takes that one just above the shoulders, real close to the strike zone. A framing job there by Priest. Could have convinced a lot of people that that was in the zone, but the count will go full here to Will Allen Smith with 2 outs. Carson Chavy's on deck. Remember that this is only a 7-inning game, so the Bulldogs got to start capitalizing quick. And there goes Autry, and a foul ball back into the backstop by Will Allen Smith will keep this at-bat alive. Will Allen Smith out of Jackson, Tennessee, graduated from Trinity Christian Academy, about 10 minutes away from Union. Played in 18 games last year as a freshman, started in 9 of those. Autry's going, and it's going to be ball 4. The catcher, Priest, thought that he framed it good enough, but he did not. Autry will make his way to second base. Smith is on with a walk, and Carson Chavy's have a chance to get something going here with 2 outs. Out in the right field bullpen, got 2 guys warming up for the Ichabod. And now Chavy's chance with a runner in scoring position. See what he can do with it. The junior out of Collierville High School. Autry with a big jump and a big swing through there. Both runners took off immediately with 2 outs here. Last year as a sophomore, Chavies led the team in stolen bases. He was 85%, went 17 for 20. He had 11 two-hit games, 18-game on-base streak last season. He started 43 games for the Bulldogs last year. And here's a delivery to him. He's going to have a big swing and a miss. They're going to throw that and get Autry in a pickle. And Autry is going to get away with it. He almost gets caught. There's a good throwdown attempt there by Priest. And Autry didn't even hesitate to go back. He just took off running straight to third. And Jay was left empty-handed with the ball and no runner there. And Autry will make his way over to third, setting up a first and third situation. One of the speediest players of the Bulldogs is standing on first base, and Will Allen Smith. We'll see if he'll try to rip that one off real quick here, too. He will, and that's going to be put into play by Carson Chavies. It's going to the second baseman. That's Tamia. Throws it over to first, and that'll do it for the Bulldogs with 2 outs. Autry would have scored, but isn't able to do it. To the 6th inning we go. Bulldogs down by 3 here in Jackson. The score is 9-6. Washburn. Bulldogs not out of it yet. Don't go anywhere.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow-motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. The premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Can I get some help?
What just happened? So happy. Oh.
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
Will get his first chance at Sam Galbraith. He's had a great 2/3 of an inning. Came in, only needed 3 pitches, and he's really transitioned into being a sidearm pitcher this season. A pitcher who was plagued by a lot of lack of control issues last season has had absolutely no problem with him here today. He's been right on the money with everything, and it's also allowed his infield to shift over to the right a little bit as he is able to get McHarg to just foul that one right back over to the third base dugout. He's got a very Craig Kimbrell approach, standing there, raises the right arm out, looks in, gets the sign from his catcher canyon pace. There it is right there. Checks over, looks over to first base. He waits a little longer. He's really adopted that MLB style, and then throws that one away. Mitch Sisk looks out to the left fielder and points out to him. He and Jake Kill exchanging a little bit of comedy there after that pitch, but a serious almost shift over here by the Bulldogs. They know that McHarg has some power in his bat, and it's almost always to the right side of the ball. And Galbraith gets one of their best guys to go down on strikes, and a big swing and a miss. And he is dominating right now. He looks like he has no problem with his control, as everything has been just right outside on that corner of the plate. And it's been fun to watch it tonight. Brought a lot of energy to our media day, of course, like I mentioned. Showed up with the Star Wars Mandalorian helmet, lightsaber. He goes, give me the red smoke, give me the red smoke, and went in the lights and gave us the entry, put the helmet on, took his photos in that. It's a lot of fun seeing some of these older guys really come to life and figure out their role and their spot on the team, especially with some more accuracy, as that's going to be a little low there too. Easton Bruce, the left fielder. The team's still relatively shifted over. There's a gap on the left side of the field right down the third base line. Mitch Sisk playing middle of the dirt. Galbraith giving everything on the outside. Crazy Poquin, and that's off the glove of Mitch Sisk. That's exactly what we were talking about. Man, what Mitch was just about there, and with some of these sidearm pitches slipping right outside the zone, who is due for a guy to go opposite field, they're going to poke it through that gap every time, and Mitch was there, but just not quite enough. We'll see how they credit that. That was really close. They're going to say that was a single, even though it was very clearly off of the glove of Mitch Sisk.
Batting now, number 21, Cale Savage.
It's going to bring up Savage, and hopefully they're able to keep something on the ground. That is one of the things about a sidearm pitcher is he's forcing a lot of ground balls. You've seen it a couple times. We'll see if we can get a double play here, but actually instead of getting in the strike zone, it goes right in the back of Savage, and they've got 2 on here with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. So Savage is aboard over at first. Bruce now at second, and it's going to bring up Jay. Cash Jay played shortstop in this game, played third base in the last one. And Coach Casey said that may be it. Waves over to the umpire. We're going to have a brief meeting at the mound. We'll be right back with you here in a few moments.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us. A promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
That's all she wrote for Sam Galbraith. Through 1 inning, only 8 pitches. He faced 5 batters, struck out 1, and they're going to give it back over to Ethan Orwig. He's been in quite a few games as of late. He struggled this week. He pitched against Washburn last night, pitched against Lane College on Tuesday, and ERA has gone up to 15.43. He's only thrown in 2 1/3 innings, but he's given up 4 runs and 3 hits. The command has just been a little bit off, but a really good pitch there is able to get Jay for a swing and a miss. Batting average against Orwig is the highest of his career so far this year. He's looking to get that down. He faced 138 batters last season. Average against him was 287. This year it's 300. Part of that has been he's only faced 15 batters, but he's hit 4 with a pitch already this season. Almost half of what he did last year in 138 batters. He's just got to find his rhythm and really dial and get into it here this season. And that's going to get way away from Canyon pace, and both runners are going to advance. Tough situation there. So now we've got Bruce over at third, Savage at second, Jay at the plate, only 1 out. A decision that not a lot of people saw coming. Poland Galbraith, of course, he made the hit by pitch, but he only threw 8 pitches in this game. Was looking relatively decent. He had control of it, just slipped on that one, but they're going to turn it over to Ethan Orwig, and a big swing and a miss there is going to put Jay down on strikes. And we go with 2 outs. Now to Jones. Infield was in on the grass. They'll make their way back to their positions. No longer the necessity of protecting the plate. They can take it to first, get the force out. Orwig just got to put something in there close enough to the zone, force a ground ball, or just strike him out just like he did with Jay. He's now from the stretch. There's a couple guys warming up over in the Washburn bullpen. We'll see if Clark comes back out for another inning of work. He's been dominant since entering the game. That's going to be out towards left field. It'll be a foul ball into the bullpen. Jones in this game grounded out in the first inning to end the inning. He ended the second inning as well with a fly ball out to Jake Kalen left. He was hit by a pitch in the fifth inning by Jack Rasmussen. He was left stranded at third. And another foul ball puts an 0-2 count on him. Orwig's got to bury one here. Might as well try to launch something deep and out. We'll see what he's able to do here against Grant Jones. Sisk ready for it over at third. It's just outside, but not close enough to get him to bite. Bulldogs will have two more opportunities to get back at that 3-run lead. They're not out of it yet. Definitely missed an opportunity with the bases loaded. And the dugout thought that they had that call, and the umpire did not give them the called strike that they thought that they were getting. There's a loud reaction over there by the third base gentleman. Coach Casey squad over there, and Orwig's got to do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Jones. That's going to be outside as well. And that looks like it's going to take the count full here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Orwig just got to put something down the middle. I mean, trust your defense here. This isn't one of the biggest power hitters of their team. He's been reliable in getting some line drives, some singles, but just got to put something down the middle, and he fouls that one off. A good pitch by Orwig, just making it close. The count is full, 2 runners on, both of them in scoring position, not a force out anywhere but first. Warwig here, getting ready. Looks in, Canyon Pace, giving him his number, and here's a delivery. It's going to be outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded here in Jackson. Orwig will try again here with Scott after taking Jones 0-2. Jones waited him out, took the walk, loads the bases, and Washburn's got an opportunity to just blow the doors off here and really take a commanding lead. They're up by 3, threatening to make it more here with 2 outs, and a big swing and a miss there by Scott, well buried, and a good play by Orwig. Scott reached on an error, came around to score in the second inning, struck out swinging in the third. He grounded out to first base just an inning ago in the fifth, and another one right through the middle by Ethan Orwig. 0-2 the count to him. We'll see if he's able to stick with this one. Same count he had last at bat. Just needs to bury one more pitch to leave the bases loaded. Delivery. That's into center field. At least one run's going to score. Coming around third is Bruce. Savage is going to make his way home, and 2 runs are in. It's an RBI single, and the doors of this game are open now. Washburn has a 5-run lead. So Bruce comes home from third. Savage comes home from second. And a rough break here for Ethan Orwig, who had both batters in an 0-2 count. Jones will make his way over to third. Scott now at first on the RBI single. Canyon Pace going to go out to Orwig, calm him down. Ethan Orwig, a lot of it is live and die on every pitch here. And just looking to get him back before it hemorrhages here. And Gaines going to come out, give the first and third call to his middle infielders, Barrett and Hardy. And here's the load up. Goes home with it, almost hits him. Jumping out of the way is Tamiya. Tamiya walked in the second inning, came around to score before hitting a huge triple off of the left field wall in the third inning. He came around to score on the triple by Priest. After that, he was hit by a pitch in the fifth and has reached every single at-bat so far in this game. Delivery from Warwig is going to be put into play. Shortstop Barrett's got it. Takes it over to first. It's going to be a 6-3 putout. And no, they're going to say he came off the bag. Grant Ross unable to hold on to it. It was real close there. Barrett made a throw that was just a little bit off the mark. Another run scores. Jones is in. Tamiya's over there. And a frustrating moment here late in the game for the Bulldogs. They've stayed in it. They've continued to rally. But it's just been the pitching that's falling apart. So Scott's over at second. Tamiya now on first. They're going to say that's an error on the throw. Another run is scored. So Priest has scored twice. Tamiya has scored. The only player for Washburn to not score in this game is Cash J. He struck out twice. He singled, hit a double play. And here is a one right down the pipe. Good pitch there by Ethan Orwig. Priest, the batter. The catcher, the double in the second brought him around to score. The triple in the third brought him around to score. He grounded out to third base in the fifth inning. And here's a delivery. It's going to be right back up into the netting. If that net wasn't there, I would have got one up here in the booth. Bulldogs have a real test ahead of them now, down by 6 runs. Should only be 3 going into this inning, and they were so close. They had the bases loaded, knocked on the door, and just couldn't get it. Mitch Sisk has an opportunity. He's just going to take it himself, step on third. He says, I'm finishing this. I'm ending this. He's grabbing it himself, steps on the base, takes the force out, eliminates Scott, and gets the third out. To the bottom of the 6th inning we go. Bulldogs down by 6. We'll be right back with you here in the bottom of the inning.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
First pitch is hit up the middle by Mitch Sisk out into center field. He gets things started on a fastball right down the middle of the plate out towards the center fielder, Scott. And the Bulldogs have another runner on, and a great read there by the senior third baseman, which will bring up Alec Hardy in the heart of the order right here in the cleanup spot.
Now, number 8, Alec Hardy.
Max Clark has an inning and a third under his belt. 19 pitches thrown, giving up 2 hits. Walked 1, struck out 1, only had to face 7 batters. After coming in relief of Hewitt, gave up the 7 hits, 6 runs. Bulldogs just trying to crawl their way back into this one here. Only down by 6. They've done it before. Alec Hardy's going to foul that one over the first base dugout. Things looked a lot more in reach for him. The bottom of the 5th inning, when they had the bases loaded, had some opportunities in the 4th inning with the bases loaded, but we'll see what they can do here late in the game. Bottom of the 6th inning, Alec Hardy goes to drop a bunt and just drops one on his foot. So coming up is Hardy, Ross, Canyon Pace. Here's Alec Hardy. From the stretch is Clark. Checks over, looks at Sisk, and he's going home with it. Alec will allow that one to swing right by him for a called strike 3. A perfect pitch by Clark. Couldn't have set that one on a platter any better. Alec Hardy left it for the crumbs. Grant Ross up to bat now. A pair of singles, one in the 3rd, one in the 4th. Came around to score in the 3rd. Had a RBI ground out in the 1st inning. Looking to get another one here. That's going to be in there for a called strike as Clark has really found his stride. Just really coming straight down from over the top. Release point probably about the 85-degree angle. He's just bringing it down right into the zone. The Bulldog hitter's just not taking a swing at it. Ross will step out, regain his position. Tamia signaling to Jay on what they're going to do to hold Mitch Sisk at first. Grant Ross watches that one, and it's just right outside. Last game, that was considered a strike, so it's a close ball here. So Grant will load up. Here's the barrel of the pitch. Delivery from Clark. Grant's going to launch that one out towards left field. It's going to fall. At least a one-hopper. Bruce is going to haul it in. Mitch Sisk will make his way to second. And Grant Ross has his 3rd single of the game. One out, and we'll turn it to Canyon Pace. The runner on in scoring position is Mitch Sisk. Over at first is Ross. Canyon Pace looks to do something for the first time in this game. So Ross now has his 3rd single. He's had a good game earlier in the 1st game. Ross wasn't able to do anything until the 8th inning, and it's been a little bit of a reverse. He's really turned it on, figuring out this Washburn bullpen relief pitching staff. And now Canyon Pace had a heck of a game last night. Good game earlier today. Get his first look here at Clark. Pace struck out swinging in the 1st inning, as well as the 4th inning. Got out by the first baseman, Savage, in the 3rd. Here's a delivery from Clark. Whoa, up on Canyon Pace's face. About took that one to the chin. Clark will settle down. Bulldogs looking to get something going here with a 1 out. Tamia creeping up on Sisk. That's a big swing and a miss there by Canyon Pace. He's the one that struck out swinging with the bases loaded in the 4th inning. On the ball, way outside of the zone. Come in here, get a little bit more discipline for this plate appearance. Here's a delivery from Clark, and that's going to be out towards center field. It's going to be shallow. Scott is charging in. He's underneath it. And Mitch Sisk looks at tagging up and decides against it. A good cutoff there by Jay. And Pace is retired by the center fielder, Scott, for the 2nd out of the inning.
Batting now, number 23, Jake Kale.
Kale has another opportunity. Knocking a few runs. He was caught stealing after his single in the 3rd inning. Grounded out in the 5th inning. Struck out in the 2nd. Here's a delivery to him. He's going to put that one out towards center field. Charging in a Scott. It's going to be a one-hopper. Mitch Sisk will be rounding 3rd. He's going to go home. There's going to be a throw to the plate. And bobbled by the 2nd baseman, Tamia. will not allow him to get a throw in, and Mitch Sisk will score. The Bulldogs put one up on the board here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Jake Kale has another single here in the game. And Mitch Sisk goes from second all the way home. Grant Ross will stop at second. So now Dylan Barrett's got an opportunity to get on the board. They actually are going to pull Barrett for Ramsey. So Ramsey played in the first game. He played left field. Barrett will exit the game. And Ramsey will serve as his pinch hitter here in the 6th inning. Ramsey had a really good first game earlier this afternoon as he watches the first one in for a ball. Ramsey played the entirety of the game. He had 3 singles. It was kind of a surprise when he wasn't in the lineup for the second game. He had a single in the second, a single in the 4th, a base on balls in the 7th, and a single in the 8th to reach base 4 times. And that's going to be right in the gap, possibly coming around second. It's going to be Grant Ross, and he's going to hold up there at third. So the bases will be loaded. Eli Ramsey is able to get a very clutch pinch hit opportunity and does exactly what he needs to do. So Kale will move over to second, Grant Ross will move over to third, and with 1 out, Eli Ramsey is aboard over at first base, and Washburn has had enough. We're going to the bullpen with the bases loaded. They can't give the Bulldogs a break when they need it, but we have an opportunity to threaten and strike right here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll be right back with you here after this pitching change.
You trade in your car. You trade in your house. So why not get some equity back from your old HVAC system? McCoy's Heating and Air will now give you up to $2,000 trade-in for your old unit. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty with the purchase of a qualifying York system. That's right. Trade in your old unit and get up to $2,000. Plus a free 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a limited time, only from McCoy's Heating and Air.
Your life. Your home.
Your business. Your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
That's going to do it there for the relief pitcher, Max Clark. He went 2 innings through 30 pitches, gave up 5 hits, 1 run, and has loaded the bases here as Ashton Jenkins enters the game for Washburn. He enters this game this season with a 54 ERA, and that first ball is going to be in the dirt away. He came into one game against Nova Southeastern. He threw only 2/3 of an inning, giving up 4 runs, walking 2, and facing 6 batters. He hit 1 with a pitch as well. Only gave up 1 hit, but really things kind of started to fall apart for him in that game, and Bulldog fans hope the same thing happens tonight as he inherits bases loaded against Matthew Autry. Autry comes into this at-bat with 2 singles in this game, and that's going to be way off the mark there. Autry had a single in the 4th and the 5th inning. We'll see if he can get another one here in the 6th inning. Autry came around to score in the 4th, was left stranded in the 5th. He stole a base in the 4th and struck out in the 2nd inning. So here's the delivery, and Autry's going to pop that one back towards the press booth. Ashton Jenkins out of Mountain Vista High School in Highlands Ranch, Colorado, just transferred into Washburn after playing 2 seasons at Dodge City Community College for the Conquistadors. He's a 4-year member of the high school baseball team for the Golden Eagles. Here's the delivery to Autry. And a swing and a miss. It's going to be a drop third strike. Doesn't matter because the bases are loaded. Autry is claiming that it was a foul ball. Coach Casey's going to come out. They're going to appeal to the umpire in the field. They're going to have a conversation as Autry was convinced that it was a foul. He got a piece of it after he already takes off running to first base. They're going to have a meeting here. Washburn's already made their way back into the dugout, and they are going to say that he did not get a foul ball, and Coach Casey has a good chance here of giving the umpire an earful. He tells his boys to go back to the dugout, puts the hand up like, whoa, slow down, player, to the umpire. Puts the hand on there, having a conversation here. Autry clearly frustrated, especially in a big bases-loaded situation. Daniel Jones, the assistant coach, out there as well, having a conversation. And the Bulldogs look like they cave in. They're going to go take the field on defense once again. But not until Casey's done giving him an earful for that one. A tough break here. But we'll be right back with you. It looks like we go to Billy Beckham. It appears for the top of the 7th inning.
Can I get some help? What just happened?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 750,000 views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,500 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, Bethel, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, Sacred Heart, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Morrow entering the game for McCollum will face the Bulldogs reliever BB20, Billy Beckham, entering the game. First pitch in there for a called strike. Ethan Orwig came in through 21 pitches, gave up a run, a hit, a base on balls, a strikeout, faced 5 batters in the 2/3 of an inning that he recorded. Of course, the other runs were charged to Sam Galbraith that Orwig gave up. Billy Beckham out of Litchfield, Illinois, enters this game today, pitching in his first game here of the season for the Bulldogs. That one's going to be launched out towards left field. Going back at the wall is Kale, and a pinch hit home run. That ball is out of here on the 3rd pitch that he sees from Billy Beckham. That ball is gone forever. And welcome to 2024, Billy Beckham, as the pinch hitter launches that one into the stratosphere on a home run. 13-7 Washburn. Washburn hitting the boomstick. And we move on to McHarg, who has also got a couple home runs in the past few days, 4 to be exact in the last 2 games. Hasn't got his home run of this game yet. And with that, Carson Chavies will be backing up towards the right field wall. We'll see what Beckham gives him here. He takes that one in there for a generous called strike. Beckham will reset, try to erase the memory of that. McHarg will hit that one back up to us. That is the first home run of Morrow for the season. He had been hitting 0 before that. He came into the game, had 2 at-bats. He walked once. The only game that he's played. Here's a delivery to McHarg. Hits it right towards the first base dugout and almost takes out a player. But they back off. And Washburn is just starting to run away with this one here in the top of the 7th inning, as the Bulldog bullpen has just really struggled here. But it was the 5 runs given up by Elos Nelson early that just were not able to be eliminated that second inning was a tough one. And 9 runs credited to Eli Snelson in the first 3 innings of this game. So Billy Beckham kind of forget about the home run. Focus here on McHarg. He's got an 0-2 count on him, and McHarg's going to send that one out towards left field. Going back is Cale on the run, and he makes the catch to put away McHarg for the final time in the first 3 games here of this series. Looks like Easton Bruce going to step back up to the plate. He struck out in the first and second inning. Singled, came around to score in the 6th inning. Now he'll get a crack at Billy Beckham.
Batting now, number 18, Easton Bruce.
Here's a delivery from Beckham. Ooh, it looked real good. They're going to say it was low in the zone. So Beckham going for a modified stretch here. Here's the delivery. That's going to be hit down the first base line. Foul. Bruce racking up here. Mitch Sisk moving over, and the off speed there by Billy Beckham will fall just short of the strike zone. So 2 balls, 1 strike here to Easton Bruce. Just a frustrating turn of events here for Bulldog fans in this second game. After that huge comeback in the first, they came back here in the second game and just fell short as the bullpen just couldn't keep things locked down. It looked like they were going to sneak back into this one, and there was multiple situations where the Bulldogs left the bases loaded, and even with some of their most powerful hitters, it didn't look like they were able to get out of it. But there's still an opportunity in the bottom of the inning, but they got to get 3 outs here as that one is sent down the first base line once again. Billy Beckham looks in. Here's a delivery. It's hit up the middle. That's going to be Eli Ramsey at shortstop. Makes a good play there. He's able to get it. Actually, it wasn't Eli Ramsey. Excuse me. That was Huff Stelter. Came in. Eli Ramsey came in to pinch hit. Huff Stelter makes a nice play there. Played earlier in the game today. Glad that everything started to finally dry out here in Jackson after a wet and sloppy first game. Billy Beckham is going to give up a hit right through the left side. Mitch Sisk and Huff Stelter unable to get it. And a good hit there by Savage. Singles. That will be his 4th to 5th time on base today. So 2 outs here. Cash J have an opportunity to put another insurance run if they need more than 6 here on the board. Billy Beckham will look back, check the runner over there, and Savage. That ball is going to be off of the left elbow, and there's another runner on. So Savage will make his way to second. Jay will make his way to first. It looks like Jones will be up to bat again. See if he can put a few more runs on the board here for Washburn. Jones grounded out to shortstop in the first, flew out to left field in the second, and he really turned it on with a hit by pitch and a ball. That's going to be out towards left field. Charging full sprint is Cale, and he gets out of it. That's the final out of the top of the 7th inning. And a fly ball by Jake Cale was able to end the difficulty that was the top of the 7th inning. To the bottom of the 7th inning we go. Bulldogs need 7 runs. We're not out of it yet.
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us, a promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
Here we are back at the top of the Bulldog lineup. We got Will Allen Smith, Carson Chavies, and Mitch Sisk. I mean, if you're going to mount a comeback, those are the guys to get it started with. Bulldogs need 7. They're going to be up against a closer, Gavin Wilhelm, the right-handed pitcher out of Topeka, Kansas. He's a freshman and also plays football and golf for Washburn. He's a second-team All-Country and honorable mention, 5A All-League as a place kicker, first-team All-League and All-City selection in soccer his senior year, and just an all-around, well-rounded athlete. Honorable mention in the All-League soccer, first-team All-City, second-team All-League pick. This season, he's only pitched in one game. That was in February 1st against Lynn. Came in, recorded 1/3 of an inning. He gave up no runs, no hits, no errors. Came in, finished the job in that game. He's up against Will Allen Smith here, and that comes right at Will Allen's head, and he's going to take a 4-pitch walk, and that's how the rally gets started here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Reminder that this is the final opportunity for the Bulldogs, is the second game of the doubleheader. So Will Allen gets on for the 4th time today, and Carson Chavies has an opportunity to keep things going here. He walked, stole a base in the first inning, came around to score in the 3rd inning after his walk, but hasn't reached base since. So here is where he's able to change that around. We'll see if Carson can knock Will Allen in, and that's going to go off the leg of Carson Chavies, and just like that, the Bulldogs have 2 on. All we need is about 9 more of those. The Bulldogs will be right back in this one. As Carson Chavies makes his way over to first base, he's going to go run it off as there's a meeting at the mound. Chavies is going to go and jog it off. So Will Allen Smith makes his way to 3rd. Chavies at 1st. Smith at 2nd, actually. And Mitch Sisk, the 3rd baseman. So we'll see here as soon as this meeting at the mound is over. They have no intention of pulling Wilhelm. Sisk has an opportunity here with no outs, 2 runners on to get something cooking here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Got a hard battle ahead of them, but they've been able to rally back the last 2 nights. Walked it off last night. Maybe they could do it again here in this Friday night classic. Here's the pitch to Sisk. He's going to take that in there for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to him. Smith out there at 2nd. Chavies at 1st. Big load up here. Delivery's going to be way off the mark there. Good catch by Hayden Priest, the catcher, to prevent Will Allen Smith from advancing. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Mitch Sisk. A fake there by Tamia. That's going to hit Mitch Sisk. Another hit batter is going to load the bases. Bulldogs say, hey, that's all right. We'll take him any way we can get him. So Smith goes to 3rd. Chavies now at 2nd. Sisk at 1st. Hit by pitch back to back. And Alec Hardy on base. No outs. Opportunity here with bases loaded. He could pull this game within 2. And here's the first pitch to him. Way outside, off the mark. Wilhelm Wilhelm struggling here with his control here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Bulldogs need 6 to tie, 7 to win. That ball's going to be right down the middle. Not going to get the call, actually. A little off center. Looks like a pretty decent pitch there from Wilhelm. Alec Hardy looking to extend the time of this game here as he takes called strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. I don't think we've seen a Bulldog swing at a pitch yet here in the bottom of the 7th. Continuing to battle on every pitch, waiting it out. Might as well. That's the first swing there by Alec Hardy as he fouls that one back into the backstop. He struck out looking in the 6th inning. He walked in the 4th, fielder's choice, and scored in the 3rd. Now he's got a bases loaded opportunity here. See if he can do something with it. He's going to put that one out towards center field. Charging in is Scott. He's underneath it. It's going to fall. 1 run's going to score. That is going to be Will Allen Smith. Everybody advances 1 base. And what looked like a simple pop fly is a hit for Alec Hardy. And 1 run will score. And the Bulldogs have a little rally going here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So Smith comes home. Chavies moves over to 3rd. Sisk goes to 2nd. And Hardy's at 1st. Bringing up the sophomore first baseman, Grant Ross. Grant Ross now. Got Jay, the shortstop, playing close to him. That's going to be in there for a laser fastball, strike 1. Ross in this game has 3 singles. He's hunting his 4th one here. He's going to foul that one back into the netting. He singled in the 3rd inning, the 4th inning, and the 6th inning. He had an RBI ground out and an all-around great game here for Grant Ross in this game. Struggled in the first one a little bit, was able to find his stride in the 8th inning. He's going to hit a little blooper off the end of the bat. He's going to go to 3rd base. He's going to force a throw over to 1st. They're going to say he's safe. And Grant Ross sneaks in there just in time. And a great play there by Grant Ross. And that is going to be another run batted in. Carson Chavies and the speed of Grant Ross and that little blooper. A good throw by McHarg, but it was just unable to get there in time. So Sisk will now go to 3rd. Hardy will go to 2nd. Grant Ross will make his way over to 1st. We'll see how that credit should be a single. It's a good clean field. Yep, they are going to say that is a single. And now Canyon Pace up to bat with the bases loaded here late in this game. The Bulldogs have 5 more hits than Washburn does. That ball is going to get away from him. 1 run's going to come in. That's going to be Mitch Sisk. And another run here on the board late in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Bulldogs. Don't count them out quite yet. So Hardy's going to go over to 2nd, removing the force out. Grant Ross going to go over to 2nd base. And Canyon Pace is looking like he's going to face a new pitcher here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Coach Casey's going to have a conversation before the head coach goes out, and he says, Coach Casey said, yeah, that's fine. And it looks like we may have a possible situation here. Coach Casey would like an announcement of the score. So Coach Casey's going to ask for a score request before the coach comes out there. And we'll take a brief moment as that's going to send Wilhelm to the locker room. Tough outing here for him. The Bulldogs stay alive here late in the game. He came in, gave up 3 runs, gave up 2 hits, hit 2 with a pitch, a walk, and the Bulldogs bring this game within 3 runs. Tying run at the plate in Canyon Pace. They're going to have a little powwow with the 3rd base line, and we'll be right back with you here after this pitching change.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through, They went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Here's the Bulldogs' opportunity. Here it comes in the bottom of the 7th inning. Canyon Pace up to bat. There's no outs. They've already put up 3 runs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And it's going to be a closer game as that ball almost gets away from the catcher, Priest. Washburn's going to bring in a reliever in Jaden Payne. He's got an 81.01 ERA in 2 games. He's only gotten through 1 out in his combined outings. He's given up 3 runs, 3 hits, and that's going to be a called strike way inside on Canyon Pace. Not too sure about that one, but got to give him the benefit of the doubt on a really good frame job that didn't fool us up here. And that ball's going to be in the dirt here against Canyon Pace. So it now becomes a save situation here for Washburn with the tying run at the plate. Bulldogs were down by 6 coming into the bottom of the 7th. They've already scored 3. And here's a delivery to Pace. A big swing and a miss. They're going to say that he got a little piece of it, actually. The umpire counts it out. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Canyon. He struck out twice in this game. He's due for something big here. He was unbelievable last night with his 2 home runs, and he's going to take the ball inside. It almost hit him in the ribs, and they call it strike 3. Canyon is dumbfounded down there, and I don't know totally about that one, but one thing you can't argue in baseball is the call of a ball and a strike. So now you got to swing at anything close based on the precedent of that one. Now Jake Cale is up to bat. He's done really well in this game. He's got 2 singles, and Jake Cale is frustrated he didn't let that one hit him because it sure was close to him there. He had a single in the 3rd, a single in the 6th. He was caught stealing. Now we just look at all those moments in the game that could have ended up, and that's way deep. Going back at the wall is going to be Bruce, and they're going to say that's a fair ball. Home run by Jake Cale. The game is tied here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Jake Cale, the sophomore, comes in, clutches up, and hits a moonshot out of here to tie the game. Coming around to score is Alec Hardy. Grant Ross comes around to score, and in the bottom of the 7th inning, we tie it up here in Jackson. It's 13-13. And now Jaden Payne could have a blown save here in the bottom of the 7th. Right now, the Bulldogs have an opportunity to walk it off for the 2nd night in a row on a huge, monstrous home run by Jake Cale, and everybody's shaking here at the Fez. The crowd is going wild. The dugout's electric. They were waiting on the fair ball called by the umpire, and a bomb by Jake Cale puts the Bulldogs right back into this game. And just a wild situation here as Joseph Huffstedler, the shortstop, comes in, has an opportunity to make this game go home. Who would have seen this happen? We said right before the beginning of this inning, all they needed was 7, and they have done 6. Here's it is. Over the first base dugout up to the parking lot, and if you're a Washburn fan, you better be shaking in your boots. The Bulldogs have put up 6 runs here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and a clutch bomb by Jake Cale to tie this game, and that's going to be hit to the second baseman. All the pressure here on Tamia. He makes the play, takes it over to first base, and just like that, Huffstedler is retired.
Batting now, number 12, Matthew Autry.
So Matthew Autry up to the plate now. And there's an opportunity here if Autry gets back on to go to the top of the lineup. And what a turn of events here. in Jackson, Tennessee. Bulldogs, of course, down by 7 in the first game. They came back and they won it. They were down here. They were down in this game by 8, and now it's tied. They were down by 6 again, and they've worked it back. They scored 1 run in the first, 4 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth, 6 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. And man, it's a hard day to be an ERA here at Fesmeyer Field. Matthew Autry at the plate has a pair of singles, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. Struck out swinging in the 6th inning and the 2nd, and he's going to foul that one back into the backstop as well. All of the pressure right now on Jaden Payne.
Who'd that guy pinch run for us?
Stedler got out. Autry now here. We've got a 1-ball, 2-strike, 2-out situation. Lefty Payne from the stretch. A wild game here in Jackson. Here's a delivery. Autry's going to put it right over the head. It's going to go out towards center field. Scott's going to get it on the ground, and Autry has a single right past the mound of Payne, and to the top of the lineup we go. We've batted around. That was the 9th batter of the inning, and we go back to Will Allen Smith, who started it all just about 20 minutes ago here. We are going to switch out the ball here, take a little pause. I don't know if there's any mound visits left in this game. So Autry is on. He represents the winning run. Will Allen Smith, the sophomore, he's DHing in this game, has the opportunity to be the man of the hour for the Bulldogs. Everyone on the edge of their seats here. No one's left here late in the game. And Smith about takes that one to the side. Jumps out just in time. Smith out of Trinity Christian Academy right here. Hometown hero, Jackson, Tennessee. In his 2nd season, played 18 games last year. Comes into this game. Here's a delivery. He's going to put that ball in play. It's going to the second baseman. He bobbles it. He's going to dive for it. Does he have possession? No, he does not. And they're going to say that Autry is safe at second base. He bobbled the ball. He tried to take it himself. Tamiya grabbed the ground ball, stepped on second base, but never had possession of it. Everyone is safe. And that is going to be called most likely an error there on the second baseman, Tamiya. And you can't help but smile here with Carson Chavies coming up to the plate. So Smith is on first, Autry's on second, and Carson Chavies is going to step into the batter's box. A force to be reckoned with here is the Bulldogs' tenacity to stay in these games. They've got the courage and the will to continue to fight. They're down by 6, they're down by 7. It doesn't matter here in Jackson. They have an opportunity here to walk off another insane game at the Fez. Runner on first. It's Will Allen Smith. Runner on second. You've got Matthew Autry. At the plate, Carson Chavies. 180 feet away is the win. Carson Chavies at Collierville High School. Played 43 games last season. Tonight, he hasn't been able to put together everything that he wanted to. He's been hit by a pitch. He put together 2 walks, but is yet to get a hit in this game. Here's the moment that it really matters. This season he's batting .391. He's played all 6 games. He has 9 hits, 3 runs, and 23 at-bats. Payne, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. A big swing and a miss there by Carson Chavies. The game was over. The game was over on that play by Tamiya. He had the ball and he bobbled it. And it continues here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2 outs on the board. Bulldogs have already put up 6. Chavies, he's going to foul that one back into the backstop. Continues to fight. 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You see the infield playing deep. Ready for a play. If you're a Washburn, you got to really tighten the ship. Fans are starting to stand up here. The Washburn parents all to their feet. And a big swing and a miss by Carson Chavies takes us to extra innings. To the 8th inning we go. Coach Casey's going to come out, have a conversation with the home plate umpire, and we'll see who the Bulldogs bring in to close out this game. They better pull out all the stops if they want to win this one. Their offense showed up. Let's see if their pitching can show up. We'll be right back with you here as we go to extras. Once again, back-to-back nights, Fesmeyer Field in Jackson, Tennessee.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
As we go to extra innings, we put the ghost runner out there on second base. We'll see Ryan Evans enter the game. Here's a bunt dropped. Ryan Evans is going to take it over to first. Alec Hardy becomes the new first baseman, sneaking in from second base. And he is retired over there by Hardy. Good play there by Evans. Gets the first out of the inning, but it moves the ghost runner over to third base. Ryan Evans comes into this game after being the pitcher of record yesterday in the game. He threw the final 3 innings last night, gave up only 2 hits, 2 runs, no walks, struck out 2. They turned to him to close this one out once again. Looks like we have a pinch hitter up to the plate.
Batting now, pinch hitter number 33, Ike Book.
Ike Book enters into the game. Book came in last game unable to do anything except for strike out. We'll see if he can do the same thing here. And a big swing and a miss there by Book. Who is in relief for the second baseman, Tamia. There's lots of substitutions. Ryan Aljancic enters the game for the Bulldogs, playing first base as Grant Ross exits. Ryan Evans out of Dyer County High School is able to get strike 2 here. One of the most interesting things there is that ghost runner out on second base for the extra innings. Both teams will get it, whoever that last man out is. So he's over there on third base, threatening to strike. Infield in. Some of those NCAA faster gameplay rules, and that's going to be hit to second base. Alec Hardy's got it. He's going to take it home. There's going to be a play at the plate, and they tag out the ghost runner at home plate. A great play by Alec Hardy. He takes it to Kenyon Pace, who applies the tag beautifully. He throws it like a fly rod out towards left field, and a wonderful play there by the second baseman, Alec Hardy, to get rid of the runner coming home and protecting this game in a tied game, 13-13. So runner on first in a fielder's choice situation is Book, and Hayden Priest is now the batter. Here's the delivery. It's going to get away from Pace. It's going to roll all the way to the first base dugout. It looks like Book will now go to second. Thankfully not making any more than that. So now with 2 outs, just one slips away from Ryan Evans. It's a high intense situation, but the Bulldogs clearly are the team with the momentum right now. Nobody is going to leave. We're all staying for this one. They're going to put in a pinch runner here for Ike Book. Pinch runner is going to be Chase Luttrell. Here's the windup by Hayden Priest. Ryan Evans looks in. A shark in the water here on the mound. He smells blood. He leans in with 2 outs. Here's the delivery. Right up the middle. It's going to be a hit right through the glove of Huffstelder. 1 run's going to come around to score. And an RBI single here for Priest is going to give Washburn a 14-13 lead. Luttrell makes his way all the way around. And back to the top we go. It looks like we're going to have Holman, Seager Holman, as another pinch hitter here in the bottom of the, or the top of the 8th inning.
Now, number 30, Seager Holman.
Seager looks in, takes the pitch from Evans. Bulldogs will have to get one in the bottom of the 8th to match. 1 doesn't seem like a whole lot anymore after you just watched him put up 6. It's going to be a called strike there on Seager Holman. 6'3" senior out of Wichita, Kansas. Went to Bishop Carroll. A really good team down in Wichita. Played 21 games last year. Primarily entered the game as a pinch runner. Played for Cali College for a few years from 2020 to 2021. And that's going to be just outside the box. Canyon Pace thought he had him. He was ready to ring that one up, but Seager Holman holds off on that. So far this season, he's only had 1 plate appearance. He struck out. We'll see if he can do it in his second as well. Ryan Evans from the stretch. Runners going. Here's the throw from Canyon Pace to Alec. And they're going to say he's safe. Huffstelder actually was the one that grabbed that out there at shortstop. And a stolen base there. He's going to move Priest over to second base. So Hayden Priest now on second. Holman the batter. 2 outs, 3 balls, 1 strike. No one. The Bulldog bullpen. But Washburn is preparing their situation. Here is the pitch. It's a called strike 3. Ryan Evans gets Holman to go down on strikes. A beautifully placed pitch right on the outside of the frame to the bottom of the 8th inning we go. Bulldogs are down by 1. But hey, they were down by 6 just 30 minutes ago. We'll see what they can do here. Don't count them out yet. Will we see another walk-off? It's yet to be seen. We'll be right back with you here for some more Bulldog baseball.
Your life, your home,
Your business. Your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
It's only the 3rd home game of the season, and the Bulldogs feel like this is playoff elimination game. The intensity here at Fesmeyer Field has been ecstatic throughout the evening. We have a couple defensive substitutions going into the bottom of the 8th inning. Holman will be taking over in right field for McCollum. Adams is taking over at second base for Tamia. And on the mound, we have Charlie Kiefer, the right-handed pitcher, the lockdown senior out of South Lake, Texas. Pitched in 19 games last year, and this year he has been lights out. Washburn's not messing around anymore. We got Carson Chavies as the ghost runner out there On second base, Chavies, of course, struck out to end the 7th inning rally, so he will be the runner that the Bulldogs place out there. Mitch Sisk will be the batter. But so far this season, Kiefer has been flawless. He's got 1 win under his belt. He's thrown an inning and a third, all in relief. He's only given up 1 hit. He struck out 2 batters, and the average against him is 200. Mitch Sisk has an opportunity here for the Bulldogs. He represents the winning run, the tying run at second base. Sisk walked in the 1st inning, was left stranded, hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. He singled in the 6th, and he's going to hit that to the 3rd baseman. Grabbing that is McCart. He's going to throw it to first. It's way high, and they're going to say he got him out on the tag. Really good play there by Savage to apply the tag to Mitch Sisk. And unfortunately, Carson Chavy is unable to move. He doesn't go anywhere, and the Bulldogs have 1 out, a runner on second, and they've got to get at least 1 run in. Alicardi, he might be the man to do it. He's done it time and time again this weekend. He had the RBIs on Tuesday. He had the RBIs early today, as well as a single in the 7th inning. Came around to score, and he was able to get things done earlier in this game. Just an inning ago. We'll see if he can do it again. Here's the pitch to Alicardi. And on the hands, they're going to say that it caught his left bicep is what it looks like it got a piece of. It was really close. The pitcher's going to come ask for it, and he's going to get a new ball. So Alicardi now moves over to first. You want to avoid the ground ball double play at all possible costs. The Bulldogs have 2 on. We've got Carson Chavies at second. We've got Alicardi at first. And now we get to see a pinch hitter. It's going to be Ryan Aljancic. He came into the game for Grant Ross. He played first base in the last inning, and here is Ryan Aljancic. He gets the opportunity with 1 on. He launches it out towards center field. Going back is Scott. He's got to turn around, and it's going to be at the wall. 1 run is going to come around to score. That's Carson Chavies. Rounding third is going to be Alicardi. They're going to hold him up, and 1 run is going to score. We're going to tie this game, and Ryan Aljancic hits a double right when the final bell tolls, and the Bulldogs have the win 90 feet away. It's Kenyon Pace. He's up to bat. He walked it off last night. He hit the walk-off home run. Can he do it again? We've got Aljancic out there at second base. It doesn't matter, because if Alicardi crosses home, that's the only thing that matters right here. They are going to intentionally walk Kenyon Pace. They don't want him to get another walk-off. He did it last night. It would be kind of embarrassing if he did it again. And who's that bring up? Jake Kale with the bases loaded. He's got the swagger. He's got the step. He's laughing as he goes up to the batter's box. And right now, it's a 14-14 game. Aljancic, he's out there at second. Hardy, he's out there at third. Kenyon Pace, intentionally walk. He's out there. And Jake Kale, who hit the home run to send us to extras, is the one that's at the plate. He's going to take the first one in there for a called strike. He looks over to the dugout. He gives the nod, and he takes a swing. What a story. Who could have written this better right here? Jake Kale at the plate. Any base is an out. Here's the pitch. It's going to be out towards center field. Going back is the center fielder, Scott. He's going to catch it. Tagging up is going to be Alicardi. He's going to make the run home. And the Bulldogs walk it off. Once again, it's Jake Kale with the sacrifice fly RBI. We counted them out. We counted them down, and they stormed the field, and the Bulldogs win again. They walked it off last night. They win it today. They come back by 7, and they come back by 6 in this game. They've taken the first 3 games of the series. It's been insanity here at Fesmeyer Field. Alicardi runs out, grabs the guys from the bullpen, and it is electric. They paused. They waited for Alicardi to run, and it's exactly what they needed. A sacrifice fly by Jake Kale, the man of the hour. He hits a 3-run bomb in the bottom of the 7th inning to send us to the extra innings, and he's the one that puts the nail in the coffin. He brings the hammer down, and he throws down the gauntlet. Bulldogs win. They've won 4 in a row. They are in the win column. For the first time this season, the Bulldogs have a winning record. They're 4-3 on the season, and here is the breakdown. The Bulldogs scored 15 runs in this game on 17 hits, 3 errors, 12 left on base. Time and time again, there were opportunities with bases loaded. They just came up just a little bit short. Ryan Evans will get the win. Kiefer gets the loss. Who would have thought there was moments where they were down to their final strike, final at-bat, and they battled back in it. It looked bleak. It looked bleak in the 6th inning. In the 7th inning, they put up 6 in the bottom of the inning. They score 2 to walk it off in the 8th. The Bulldogs back in the win column. Coach Casey is fired up. The boys are ready to come back tomorrow and go for the sweep. Don't forget to join us right back here for some more Bulldog baseball. We'll be back here, weather permitting, at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon for the 4th game of this weekend series. Thank you so much for joining us for an electric 2-game doubleheader this evening on a Friday. The rain went away, the sun came out, and along with it did the offense. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great night. God bless you all. I'm Ethan Voss for Bulldog Baseball. Good night.